Hey, what's up, Mike Side? How's it going, man? Oh, is this alive? Yeah, it's alive. Okay, good. All right, we're starting up our new card stream. Weird, the picture doesn't seem right. It's got these black borders, like the ratio was wrong. Wonder what that's all about. All right, let's get started. So, today, there's a $100 giveaway. There's an Astral box break. We have more slabs to price. And, I don't know. Let's see, what's the big thing? What's the big thing? People are buying a variety of cards. Let's say the live card shop. All right, we'll stop there. More slabs to price. All right, we'll copy on this. Mister, what would you like to see get open right now? Ooh, what would I like to see get open right now? I don't know. I actually don't know. I like the breaks when they go off. Those are my favorite things. All right, let's see. I like the breaks because I feel like somebody definitely gets a 10 when a break goes off. You know what I mean? Like, I watch people open up like $500 of cards, no 10s. All right, let's see. But you might not want to buy all the spots and break, right? You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and copy this, and we'll jump over here. Let me finish setting up the stream. I'll have a better answer for you in a minute. I feel under the weather, man. I think it was what I ate for dinner. We're going live for Friday morning. Okay. So that's the Friday morning stream. All right. I sent some money away to prepare for taxes. Yes, I have to save up money for taxes now because the government's going to take a lot of money from me and then it's going to send it to the Leering Center. I know it is. Damn you, Leering Center. Oh, let's set up the website. How about that? Ah, yes, the Leering Center, where a lot of leering happens. Go ahead and pause this. Okay. Pop that in there. And we'll pin message. Okay, very good. That should be over here. All right. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am. I know, I need to get the comment section started on the iPad. Oh, yeah, I have like a cloudy head right now. I have like a mild headache. I had Indian food last night. Indian. And, I don't know, it just didn't digest well or something. I don't know. I feel like ill. Here, let's see. I feel weak. Like my body just fought off you know, like an illness or something. Let's see. Let's hit refresh on this. Aha, there we are. We're gonna click on that. Sorry that the picture doesn't look right. How about chat? The thumbnail doesn't look right. It's like it's the wrong ratio or something. But I did the usual ratio, so I don't know what it is. Let's open Leering Centers in Minnesota and sell off our illustrated Pikachus. Hell yeah, dude. Did you like that tile that was from yesterday? Do you have any gold stars? Yeah, I got a couple gold stars. When does the bounty go off? Shahir, it already went off. You won. He was wondering because he had a lot of spots in there. Here we go. Tossing that down there. This is up to 7, by the way. 7 out of 14. CS, man, you could throw $40 toward that box break. And if you get pulled, the whole box is yours. That's why people like those, by the way. All right. So I was looking up Pikachu, by the way. And he's going up in price. And I was thinking about this. I was thinking, you know, even if they re-release this card as an English copy of the card, I actually still think it's underpriced at $45. You know, you're just talking about the cost of grading and the premium for a good grade. It was too cheap no matter what. Like, even if there was a lot of them, it didn't matter. It was too cheap. So I bought a couple of those McDonald's Pikachus at a good price. I was getting them at about 50. And then we got some over there for 45. But now the PSA version of the card is getting up there to like 70 or 80. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the Pikachu is going up a little bit. The Burger Chew, I call him Burger Chew. That's the nickname, right? All right, let's see. Oh, really? Yeah, yep, you really did, Shahir. Not kidding, you got that poker card. It was you. So all the activity Shahir did on the channel ended up netting him an extra card. And now we have a new, let's see, where to go. Where is it? Oh, I got to reship this guy, by the way. Splash Bruta. So Miss Alexis caught me giving him the wrong label. So first of all, let's go cancel the wrong label. We'll work on this in a second. We'll work on finding the other, because we've got a new bounty card. But we're going to get this guy fixed. We're at the beginning of the stream. Let's get this done real fast. It was me and Shahir added LMAO. The Mega Dream Case opening gave me so many spots. Oh, yeah. There were a lot of spots. Actually, I need more of those energy cards. Actually, I'm having a problem where ever since we started doing the bounty, I'm running out of energy cards really rapidly. And so maybe that's not a problem. I don't know. I get a lot of energy cards. When's that giveaway going off? Probably tonight. So we're going to hand out a couple spots in this stream and a couple spots in the nighttime stream. That's the Sarah giveaway, by the way, because she provided $100 for you guys to just get $100 for free. Hey, Happy New Year, says Peter Piper. What's up, Peter Piper? All right, so we're opening up my history. These hours are better, but I'm usually working by this time, says Troy. Yeah, you're working right now, huh? That sucks, man. Let me have a sip here. Time to start using bulk cards instead of energy, maybe a white pen or a red pen. I think you said bulk cards. All right. Yeah, bulk cards could work. I guess energy cards are worth less than a bulk card, though, right? Like the worst bulk card is an energy. Come on, load my history. I got to cancel this label. I want to finish my slab away this month. Nice. Yeah, it's a good feeling. Yeah, you got your slab away done. It's a good feeling. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about, last night, you know what I bought? I bought a card, the Rayquaza VMAX Alt-Art. I bought one. And we had just put one away into slab away. And I realized I liked that card so much that I wanted it back. Here, let's see. There he is. So we sold it for $1,700. I think I just bought one for $1,600. So when this sells, I probably make less than $100. But it's a good card. That's why I bought it back. It's a good card. All right, here we go. So, wow, this is an expensive shipment. Oh, that's for NHCC. Cool. Oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. I pushed a button, and now it's refreshing again. Oh, my God, this is so stupid. This software is so slow. It's outrageous. Come on, dude, just load. That's crazy how slow this is. Some women at the grocery store just paid for my cart of food. I'm still blown away. Really? She just paid for your food. That's cool, man. She just felt like doing something nice today. We are. A lot of slab rotations today, please. All right, sounds good. All right, so here we go. We've got this now. And this one ends in a 2-6. There it is, ending in 2-6. This one is going to be fronted. Okay, so now I'm going to tear this label up. Now we need to find Splash Bruta's Splash Bruta's name and get him printed out. So, Mr. Splash Bruta, he should have a name over here. Here it is, shipping information. Wait a second. Oh no. So he is Mr. Armand. So who did Alexis ship out? Oh, I need to contact Alexis right away. Oops. Somebody's cards just got shipped to Splash Bruta. So we'll hold on to Splash Bruta's cards. Actually, let me begin by contacting him. There had been a double label mistake. Let me... Dang it. At least it wasn't a very big package, the other one. Let me contact him. Hey, I'm like 100% sure I've sent someone else's cards to you, and I've still got your cards here. Can I get you a return label? And as soon as the package arrives, you just slap it on and return it to me. There we go. Whew. So you know what the trick there was? You know why there was a mistake? Because his bag says Splash Bruta, but when I created his label, I used his real name. So there was a mismatch between the bag and the cards. Got to think about that, I got to think about that. I can't have that in the future. So I got to be more careful with it. I should have wrote his real name on the bag, or I should have wrote Splash Bruta on the label for Alexis. Because she would have seen that. She would have caught it if she'd seen that. So I'll do that next time. And luckily, we still have his cards, and I know he's going to want to correct this. All right. Let me contact Alexis now. let's see, that Armin label was actually correct for the bag that is still here, which means the package you sent out. I should have renamed the label to Splash Bruta, and it would have avoided this mistake. You know, guys, I've been doing this so long, and every once in a while, some issue pops up like this, and it's always some simple thing like you have a system for doing a certain type of work, and then one small thing changes and it screws it all up. So it's like you got to be really strict. You got to have like a system, and you really, really cannot break that system. Same with like when you're submitting cards to PSA. I don't like to have people make changes once everything's sort of all the ducks are in a row, because that's when mistakes occur. So it's the same way with shipping. I should have put Splash Bruta on the label. I should have put Armon on the bag. All right, try to intercept it. No, I trust him. He's got a nice bag here. Let me take a look at his pulls. I trust he'll return it. Yeah, he's got a very nice bag here. He's going to work with me and get that other bag returned, I'm sure. The only problem is I don't know what the other bag was. Here we are. All right. By the way, this is also his. This was his very first purchase. He had a, there we go. Pop this in here while we're at it. All right. That was a Bitcoin order. This one was. That's why it was so confusing. Any updates on the December tag sub? You know, I don't know which sub is which anymore without having to click up on them a bunch. So I'm just going to let them play out. By the way, we have a first-time order free card, Team Rockets Moltres from Destined Rivals. That was a gift from Mr. Mark, by the way. Have you seen Grok's new feature that lets you undress people? What the fuck? Is that real? They actually allow you to do that? That seems pretty extreme. All right, guys, let's get started. Hey, Mr. New Store Hours. Yes, Mr. Poppy Churro, new store hours. Try to intercept it. You know, I bet it's probably already pretty far along. Let me take another look at it. Let's see how far along it is. Actually, no, you're right. It might be interceptable. It might be interceptable because it is only in Kansas City, which is still in Missouri. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna wait for him to respond. I have a very strong feeling he will want to sort this out with me. He paid with Bitcoin. He can't do a refund. You know, he can't do a chargeback, I should say. And he's gonna want that Altar Zekrom no matter what we send him. I'll ask Alexis what she thinks went to him though. Okay. That's a Zekrom's a big deal. He's probably going to want that Zekrom, so he's going to work with me, I'm sure. Wait, can someone explain what happened? Such a hassle to wait. It's faster, though. Is it? I don't know if it's faster. All right, back to it. What happened? A label mix-up occurred where we had a guy who had a nickname bag. It was a brand new guy. He was a Bitcoin buyer, and he had a nickname on his bag. And as a result of that, when I printed his label, we used his real name, and this caused a mistake. So let me go ahead, and we got to be more careful with it. Next time, I'm not going to let that happen. Darwin says, for start building store credit for a good future set. Darwin Morales just sent cash. Here you go, Darwin. He wants store credit for the next time something big comes out. Sounds good, man. There we go. It's one of those moments, you know. All right. Because Alexis was very confused by it, and I was like, oh, okay, that sounds like you figured it out. And then, no, that's no good, huh? Label mix-up. Wait, can someone explain what happened? Sarah. Sarah. Oh, let's get this started. Let's get the Sarah giveaway started, shall we? So this is $100 for the Sarah card. I'm going to hit refresh. Okay. There we go. All right. Do you have any Snorlax? Says Peter Piper. Do I have any Snorlax? Sometimes. Sometimes I have Snorlax. We have an order from Mr. Hathim, who says 5 of the Secret Shadows. You got it. 5 Secret Shadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's today, anyways? It's Friday? Oh, it's Friday. Here it is. Let me show you guys what I'd like to see finished this Friday. Here it is. This Zapdos break is 2 spots away, and then we get to start a new lightning break when it's over. It's a nice card. Here it is. I believe he goes for around $100-ish. And then there's a $40 star spot in there as well. By the way, the star spot just moves you onto the Charizard. It's a pretty good quality star spot these days. Sometimes there's a star spot card receiving spots, and people don't really like it as much. All right, what we got? Bloody Mary. Here's Hatman, Metal Man of Alabama. It looks kind of crazy in that picture. There we go. Let me move this off to the side. Can you show the brakes? Yes, I'd be happy to show those brakes. Give me a moment here. All right. So we got this guy, Metal Man. Here's TNT. And here's Third Eye Man, Shadow People. That's really creepy. And finally, Banshee of the Badlands. All right, you got it, Mr. Thim. Oh, we have to get Miss Sarah shipped too. Sarah and Yolan to Jampins both need labels. What happens with the Fraction Star Spot in on? Do we just wait until more Fraction Spots are made? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. It is. I think what I'm trying to say is, normally people buy out the rest of that star spot when it's a fractional star spot. But do we have a fractional star spot laying around right now that's incomplete? There are. It was a while ago, so I'm not even sure what's left on it. Well, yeah, so we had a fractional star spot, and I'm pretty sure somebody bought out the rest of it. Let's see. The fractional star spots are kept in this box. Oops. Oops. Okay. Toss this over here. Okay. Let me see. I'm pretty sure the rest of those spots got bought out by somebody. That's what actually happened last time. But let me go through here. I'm going to go look for it. Oh, here we are. There is a fractional star spot. So I guess what that would mean, anyone can buy out the last 2 spots for $10 and be moved into the Charizard right now. There it goes. That's a fractional star spot. So I think we sold one and then another one began and that one had not sold. So yeah, I would say anyone can buy the rest of the fractional star spot, or we'll just eventually fill it out with more fractions. We have an order from Christopher Houghton. 1 backsword, 3 pre-grades, 3 cards of your choice. Christopher Houghton, you got a big bag. I know you do. Let's go looking. By the way, that's the new jumbo break right there. Ready to go. Aha, Christopher Houghton. That your 1 bag? Looking like it. Happy New Year's, by the way. Yeah, he said that right. Yeah, Happy New Year. It's 2026, the year of China taking Taiwan. Because the leader of China, Xi Jinping, said that China will have Taiwan by 2027. So he's saying this is the year it goes down. And so that's pretty alarming, I guess. What do you guys think about that? Here we go. Let's see. I say, if China takes Taiwan, we've got to take Venezuela. We just have to. Yeah, I have no clue. What do we do about that? Do we fight? Yeah, there's so many cards like these EXs, you know. They're basically like hollows. This little Rayquaza is kind of nice, though. Okay. Sarah Bing Chiling. Brakes, please, mister. Yes, sir. Give me a second. Let me do this. Let me do this first. Got this. Got these. I'm going to show those brakes off. There we are. So you got a lot of hollows in here. You got packets like this guy. Let's see what's in this packet. Yeah, just hollows. So this is a packet of hollows. That's my new thing, is I don't even sleeve up the EXs anymore. I treat them like hollows because I don't know anyone grading them. And they're actually uglier a lot of the time than the actual holos. Holos tend to be prettier looking than EXs. All right, so there we go. We made it all the way to the end. You got a ton of holos. These, by the way, can be traded in toward the trade slab. There's a good trade slab going on right now. So this guy right here, Slitherwing. If they're Korean holos, they're really not worth as much as Japanese or English. Looks like you had a lot of Korean openings. And then here's some Japanese. Here's a Piplup. He's good. Let's see what we got. Let's go back to the beginning real fast. Larvesta, Landorus, the Polar Bear, Axew. This is China. This is Japanese, right? Looks like it is. I bet you this is a packet of holos right here. Here's an Altart. Ludicolo. Rayquaza's okay. Depends on if you feel like grading that. That's actually Korean. This is Korean. I would not start out grading your Korean cards. They're typically less valuable. Now, that doesn't mean you should never grade them. Like, for example, last night I was looking up Rayquaza Altart VMAX. And the Korean version of that card is selling for a whopping $475 now. So, you know, some Korean cards do really well over time, but they tend to just be a lot cheaper. Ah, that's what I thought. All right, so these are not holos. These are actually Pokeball reverse holos. And then this is holos and EXs. Into the sleeve they go. All right. Very good. So there you have it, Christopher Houghton. These here are your non-holos. These are your good cards right here. He orders some pre-grades real fast, guys. Let's check out these pre-grades. You ready? He paid the full value for the pre-grade. We're going to take care of him right now. Oh, wow. Really clean. This could potentially get a pristine. What I like about this card is the back of the card looks so good. Other than maybe one notch right here, but it's not a bad kind of notch that would cause you to lose a PSA 10. What it would cause you to do is it would miss you. You wouldn't get black label with that notch. It's even hard for the camera to see it, but I can see it. It's a subtle thing. This is a really great Pikachu. I like this one. So he's good. He's like 10 plus. This is off center. And now look at the edge on this card. It's all wavy on the end. See that? So it's wavy. See how it's the light's casting back at us? This one's going to end up being 9. I think it's 2 off center. Okay, you got a little Victini hiding back there. All right, we're doing a little pre-grade here, guys. I see we have 17 likes. Take a second and smash that like button for me. So he's got some surface flaws, like pieces of his jacket and right here have some missing texturing. I would send that to PSA, not to tag. Okay, this has that problem that all the Mega Dream cards were having. It's like an impression problem. So this card, it's got an impression right here. I don't know what causes that. I also don't know how PSA treats that, you know, so I'll put it down as 9.5. I would send it to PSA. This guy's going to be 9.5 plus PSA. This guy's going to get a lovely 10 plus. I think he'll do well in most grading companies. And this is going to get a 9. It's 2 off center. You can still test it out, but I think it's 2 off center just from eyeballing it. Okay. There you have it. Those are your pre-grades. Thank you, Mr. Christopher Houghton. Okay. Fill out the One Piece and Astral. Mister, I'm in the trade, right? Yeah, you're in that trade. All right, and by the way, here are all your holos. You got a ton of Korean holos, which do not trade very well. You got a little bit of the Japanese holos, which trade a little bit better. and no English hollows, it looks like. So there you go. You got a ton of those. Okay, slide that in there like that. Funny how a bag can be like 50, 30, or 50 or 60 or 70% hollows. It's just holographics because Pokemon hands so many of them out. That's why they don't sell for a lot ever. Okay. The girls in Baby Metal wear red and black dresses like Mr. Scholars. What are you talking about? Let's grab this box. That's a heavy box. All right, showing off the breaks. We're showing off the breaks for Mr. CS Man. We got the Mega Sublist. That's for the Nidoking Crystal break. It's up to 6 out of 10. Here's the XY Ancient Origins Vintage Box break. Here's our Discord server, our eBay. I'm thinking about making paid channels in Discord where we do card investing advice. What do you guys think of that? Here's a donation score. One Piece box break. I was dreaming about that last night. My brain was telling me to do it, saying I would be able to deliver enough value that it's worth it. There's the bounty. So there's the new bounty. Here's Bob the Builder. It's Gay Bob. Ooh. Rainbow SpongeBob from Magic the Gathering. It's a really cool card. I recommend it. Here's the pack split. So $25 can get you a spot in this Topps movie pack split. It already went off one time, so it'll probably go off a second time, and then we'll move on to a new pack. Here is the Charizard break. If you don't have a spot in here, grab a spot in here. He's going to go off soon, I guarantee it, because he is now officially taking star spots. The trade slab, you can just buy into the trade slab for $5. But we always have a trade slab available for people trying to offload junky cards. And then here is the Zapdos Lightning break. In addition, we have the Astral Radiance box break. You saw that in the thumbnail. And this bad boy, which is the PSA 10 Topps box topper. I guess it would be called a box topper, right? It's called a box topper? They call it an oversized tin topper. And it's a square cut card with sharp corners. And it managed to grade 10. And there's only 27 of them. It features all of Team Rocket. And is from the year 2000. It's very rare. Very rare. It's from the Topps collection. The Topps series. Okay, very cool. All right. Okay, any tips to make a Pokemon collection room? Now my room's pretty ugly. Do a lot of security if you ever get anything valuable. Hi, Mr. Spots in the jumbo packs. There's a total of 4 spots. We just made it up at the end of last night's stream. Nobody's in it yet. Do you put away your cart after you use it at the grocery store, don't you? Let me think about it. Yeah, we just put it away like normal. Like at a card holder. Nothing special. Thank you so much, Mr. Christopher Houghton. Appreciate all the orders, man. So what do we got now? We got an order from... We're checking the website. I'll buy all the cards you have, says Google Tycoon. Sounds good, man. Any tips to make a Pokemon collection room setup? Have a lot of Pokemon cards. Step number 1. That'll make it all better. Okay, we got this big Sarah giveaway card. Likes are only at 23. We're going to hold off until those are looking a little closer to 50%. Here's some more cards for sale. We've got this Zapdos and we've got this Gyarados. They're both really nice. Wait, is this a wide sleeve or a skinny sleeve? Let's get a wide slab real fast. Let's see. Let's see. They gave this guy a 9. Is he really a 9, though? Okay. Here's a Destined Rivals stamps Zapdos 9. Darn. I think Luke is trying to tell us something. Luke! How's it going, Luke? I think Luke was spamming yesterday. Quit fat shaming those sleeves. Vecna got your tongue? Vecna's got my tongue. He's talking to the other guy. Let's see. Zapdos. Destined Rivals Zapdos stamp. Ooh, right. Okay. And then let's put in a 9. Oh, come on, man. There we go. I finished the Team Rocket box break off. What? You just wanted to send in to finish a break, like, completely? That's wild, man. All right, so this beautiful Team Rocket Zapdos shall be $55 as a 9. It is. Haha. Still pricey. How many spots did you buy CS-Man? All right, give me a second here. Is this top chat? Oh, there we are. Give me a second here. Let's see. Click. That's a cool Zapdos, mister. I know. Did it work? Is that Gary a trade card? Is this Gyarados a trade card? No. He's got the, oh, what the hell? No, the card behind it's a trade card. Trade cards will almost exclusively just be silly little cards. They'll never be something that you buy normally. They'll always be goofy cards. And we only trade... I don't know. We could have a high-quality trade card as an experiment. But the truth is, if we ever did that, you would need to trade high-quality cards toward it. So the nature of the trade would become much tougher. So we do goofy little cards. Hey, he's actually a pretty nice one. Look, he's graded 10. So that's nice. Shinji Kanda Slitherwing, graded 10. It's not bad. It's like, it's a little nugget, you know what I mean? There we go. Put this in here. And put this in here. Okay. No, I know where that shall not pass comes from. You're too nice with the trades. Now, trade breaks are mini giveaways. I mean, not entirely, but yeah, it's sort of. I mean, it depends. Like, if somebody just gives me like a chunk of hollows, yeah, I mean, those hollows are not worth that much, especially depending on what they are. Sometimes they're decent, but sometimes they're just junk. And I'm really just trying to make your bag smaller is what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it so that when I print your label, the label is cheaper. I kind of want that box topper for some reason. He's a good one, yeah. How many people are in there? You know, if you really want the box topper, there's only 4 people in here. I don't know if you're interested, CSman, but I will let you buy their spots out. You're buying up more than 3/4 of the break. Or you can go through with the break and gamble on the chance of these guys taking it, but maybe they won't, and then you get it cheaper. So if you wish, you can buy it outright. Oops. I'll allow you to do that. Just because you're buying so much of it. All right, so Scarlet Violet Japanese Gyarados. Ooh. What's last sold on this? Let's see. He said deal. All right. Yeah, that's probably a better situation because there's only 4 spots taken in there. And it would be really crappy to buy out most of the break and then one person snipes the whole thing from you. It's actually, that's terrible. You know what I mean? All right. Little Gyarados here. 69. And Rocket Zapdos. Rocket Zapdos, 25th. Excuse me. I feel you would need the other 4 to agree to that. Might cause some issues. We've done that before. Yeah, we've done this before. So if a person would like to buy out a whole break and there's only a couple people in there, we allow that. And I think what you're suggesting, though, is interesting. Like, so we should have like a specific rule that states it. I think what's going on here is he's buying basically 3/4 of the break, and there's not enough people in there to make me not reverse those orders. We've done that a number of times. We've done it with a vintage booster box. I don't know if you're around for that. So it was the base 2 booster box. We canceled that a long time ago, and we've done it for a variety of other breaks too. It just happens on occasion where someone wants to buy out the whole thing, and only like 1 or 2 or 3 spots have sold, or it's just like a tiny fraction of the spots have sold. Relative to the size of the break. Can you read my message above? Pretty important. He says, wait, mister, that the one with a scratch on the slab, is it? Yes, this is the one with the scratch on the back of the slab. There we are. I mean, it doesn't scratch the card underneath it. You know that, right? So it's not a big deal. It's I guess you'd say it's an aesthetic thing. So you're not going to buff it out, but you're going to display it like this. And you can send it to PSA to re-encapsulate, but that'll cost probably like $40 to re-encapsulate. But it won't affect the grade on the card. They would just give it a 10 again. So it's got a scratch on the back, not the front. The front is clean. All right, let me see. So, Zapdos. You think it over if it affects your decision making. We're going to say 65 on this. Very good. I have 100. Would you mind giving me a not scratched one for an extra $40? I'm afraid I don't have a not scratched one to change this one. So for this one, it's just going to be a break, and it does have a scratch on the back. It really doesn't change the value, trust me. Now, if this was a crack, that's a different story. If this was a crack over the card, that's a different story. But that's a scratch, and most people probably won't even spend the money to fix it because it's not worth it. I'm not fixing it. It's not worth it. But, you know, if somebody really wanted to, I could probably work with them to get it fixed. It's an aesthetic thing. Yeah, it's just an aesthetic thing. And it's on the back of the slab, not the front of the slab. If it was on... I've actually sold a lot of slabs with scratches on the front. And it's just... That's kind of how it goes. Slabs come and go. And people don't always treat the slabs very nice. And they get little scratches. Maybe it's like a... I don't know. It is. It might affect your decision, though. If it was on the front, it would be more of an issue. Yeah, it'd be like an aesthetic issue. Because you don't display a card on the back. You display it on the front. You know what I'm saying? You display the front of a card. And it won't really affect its selling either. A 10's still a 10. And a PSA will not change the grade on this over a simple scratch on the plastic. Here it is. Very nice. How many spots left? The booster box. How many spots left in the booster box? Which one? This one? 7 spots left. Here it is. Ooh. All right. Very good. All right. So, if you want, what you can do, Mr. CS Man, if you still like the slab but not the scratch, you could probably just put in like 1 spot on it. At least give yourself a chance for it. You know, if you're not interested in that one in particular. Is there one for sale on the market? Let me see. Wait, let's type in Topps Rocket, maybe? What is it actually called? It's called like a tin topper or something. So there's one for sale on eBay for $650. What's our price? 40 times 19. Oh, our price is a little above that. I guess that makes sense because that's kind of how we do it. Our breaks are always a little more expensive than the cheapest buy now. So, I mean, you don't have to buy this one. You could go on eBay. There's one on eBay. It's a little cheaper. This one's more like a break, you know. But if you want to take a shot at it, like an RNG shot at it, you can send in just 40 bucks and see where it goes. You know, that's kind of what the point of the breaks are. You're trying to buy it outright like you're buying a slab. You could also wait. We might have a lot of new interesting slabs up on the table over time. I just kind of bought it out LMAO. If you'd like to cancel it, I can cancel it and put your money on a store credit card. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? You don't have to feel bad or anything. I'm always ready to work with you on whatever you want to do. Now, of course, the one on eBay is going to cost a little more than $650 after taxes. The truth is, it actually costs... Give me a second. So the real price after taxes, and this is Missouri taxes, it's about $690. So ours is just a little above that price. And also, let me see what else we got over here. You are? Oh, just this card. Okay. I was looking for some more cards to sell. I'm going to be selling this one right here. I was initially saving that card. You should let me be the morning mod, says Legend of Death. The morning mod, that's what we need. Okay, Lucy. Watch someone snipe the eBay one. I mean, probably not, considering that this break has been a pretty slow break. Let's see, we're going to hit refresh on this. I did hit the like button, mister. I don't know why the ratio is so far off. Don't yell at me, bud. 68 out of 30 out of 68. Whoa, Mr. CS-Man did send over 600. He said, finish the Team Rocket thingy. So here's the Team Rocket thingy. Would you like to take a shot at it, CS-Man? So if you get lucky and you pull it, you technically get it cheaper than the one on eBay. Or would you like me to put your name down on a store credit card? Let me know. Your odds would be 15 out of 19. About a 3/4 odds. 75. Yeah, mister. Just buy it out. All right, sounds good. I'll set it to the side. I tell you what, if you're buying this outright, we'll do $40 off. We'll do 1 in 18, okay? Because it's really designed to be a break. But if you're buying the break outright, I'll lower the price. So you're going to get it cheaper, about $7.20, which, by the way, is very close to the eBay price anyways. After taxes, the eBay price is very, very close to this. So you got it about what it's supposed to be. There you go. And it's a nice cert in the 8s. That's a more modern cert. That was very recently. Picture, please, too. You got it, man. All right. So that's a big CS Min order. Let's see. Here it is. Buy it out. So you're going to have an extra $40 left over. Because I just lowered the price for you to make it more fair. There you go. Yeah, normally when we host a break, there's a little premium. And we do that because, you know, if I'm buying back the slab or something like that, I like to have that. Here we are. So that it's not a break-even scenario. And there we go. It's just kind of the rule for the breaks, I suppose. All right. Wow, looks great with the sleeve off. Do you see how nice it looks with the sleeve off? Look at that. That is super cool, man. Good centering on this one, too. You can see it left and right. Really nice. All right. Let me take a picture. Was there nobody else in that break besides CS Men? There were 4 people in that break, and they will have their spots returned to them. All right. Which is something we do every now and then, because people buy out breaks every now and then. Digital collection down here under CS Man. Okay. All right. There it is. Mr. I have 50 store credit now. I have $10 left over, just FYI. Perfect. All right. Sounds good. Sounds like you have 50. I can try to combine those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this under a new sleeve, and you guys get a new break started. So it's a very exciting time. Look at that. That's like a skill right there. All right. So that's back over there. And this shall get a sticker that says CS Man. Actually, I think we'll put the CS Man sticker on the top, like this. That'll be easier for Alexis to read later. There it is. Did you talk to your family anymore after the stream last night? No, he didn't stop by and say hi and whatever, like Discord or anything. That was pretty interesting, though. You know, I didn't really get to meet him very much, even when I was younger. He was a cousin who I just didn't see very often. I think he had kind of a difficult childhood. Yeah, so I only saw him, I feel like I only saw him like 3 or 4 times. I really couldn't remember him too well. And I was like, TJ. I was like, I know that name. Of course, it's been a long time. All right, so that's completed. Now we get to do something fun and exciting. Ooh, we could do a break on this thing. So that Team Rocket card fulfilled a weird card slot in our break rotation. What if this was the next break? Ooh, a big silver coin. That'd be cool. That's a collectible silver coin in my book, so I don't mind hosting a break on it. It's such a cool looking coin. But we're not done. Let's get back in here. Pack split. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I found it. All right. CS Men said to put the population on the bottom right. What I'll do is in your Discord server channel, I'll write that it was Pop 27 for you, okay? Pop 27. There we go. So that'll help you keep track of it. I don't get this. So if I pay money on this app, I haven't paid for anything. I have paid for a ticket. Well, that's for a break. So let's see. Alexandra, Andrew, and Andrew. It really was just 2 people in here then. So these guys get $80 back. Yes. We'll make sure to catch their attention and let them know. Are they watching right now by chance? By chance? Let's see. There's always new breaks popping up on the table, so probably they'll find an interest in something new. What about this, guys? What do you think of this? A silver break? I mean, it's kind of a cool time period for silver. It is. Or do you think we should stick to Pokemon? Maybe we stick to Pokemon. Also, we agreed that I would send you extra. You would ship it out yourself, just so no confusion. I don't mind paying a lot. So, yeah, I don't mind. So, I guess to have Mr. Cardconomist ship out your items personally, I don't know, maybe toss me like, well, your particular shipment's also pretty large. Maybe toss me like 20 bucks, maybe. There it is. I'll spend time doing it. We'll do a really good job of it. Ooh. Did the Team Rocket slab sold already? It's a beautiful piece of silver. I'm getting a stiffy. It's really nice. You know, I think I've thought about it now that it's sitting in front of me. I'm going to stick to my rules. No breaks on silver and gold. They're too close to money. The only thing you can do with silver and gold is win a different break and then trade for them. So that's possible. So if you pull a big, let's say you pull like the EB1 break over here. There's an EB1 break, 21 spots. Let's say you jump in here, but it's not because you want the box of EB1. It's because you want to use it as a trading piece for a big coin of silver. I'm going to set this back. I'm not comfortable doing breaks on silver and gold. It's too, feels too casino-like. Let me go grab a different card, though. Oh, I had one in mind. All right. I had one in mind. We're ready. We're already ready to go. Give me a second here. So I already have a card ready to replace the Team Rocket box topper. And it's super cool. You guys are going to appreciate it, okay? Here it is. What could that be? Let's see. You ready? Oh yeah, Tyranitar box topper break. So I picked this out for you guys ahead of time. It's been sitting on a shelf. I haven't shown it off because I wanted it to be like a surprise. Now, I know if I had simply priced this up, it would have sold already. But I was saving it just to be a break. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm buying that out. You're buying this out? All right, well, give me a second. Let me pick a price for it, okay? Before you do. He's cool, isn't he? All right. If you don't, that will give somebody... Let's see. So... Excuse me. Oh, wait, never mind. I have a 10 of that. I don't want a 7. Aha! I knew it. One moment. Yeah, that's a 7. Still a fun item, by the way. Let's see. So, I have a price in mind. A total of 8 spots. It's not bad, is it? 8 spots. It's not bad. It's in a nice sleeve. How should we, should I write on the sleeve? I don't want to write on this nice sleeve. Put some human skin oil on the sticker here so it peels right back off. Some human skin. There it is, 41 and 8, Tyranitar box topper. That's really not too bad, right? So that's a pretty fair price, I think. And he's nice. Comes with the sleeve. Do, 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 do. You need a sleeve for that sleeve. Maybe I'll just get it a fresh sleeve when it breaks inevitably. All right, so some big changes here. I'm going to go update the breaks channel if you guys don't mind. Also, how did this turn out? Nice. Mike said I did a good job on that thumbnail. The thumbnail was saved. So under breaks history, we're going to say, box topper break bought out by CS Man. Andrew and Alexandra have store credit. All right, so that helps them know, just in case they weren't here to see that, but they're pretty consistent in this channel. We'll be able to tell them. Okay, so that starts the new box topper break. So I like having unusual items in the break rotation. It's a pretty cool one, right? There it is. Update the current breaks list. Andy, where it was here, you missed his message. Oh, what'd he say? Mr. Read my message. Your message says $50 to one spot in that, 40 for the spot, and then 10 as a tip. Oh, 10 as a tip. I don't mind a tip. All right, so you'll take a shot, a little pot shot at the Tyranitar. I don't blame you. He's very cool. Yes. All right, let's see. Let's see. I suppose we can throw this away now. That was a completed store credit. Aha. There it is. Tell you what, CS Man, why don't we take this $10 and we'll count this toward the fee for having me ship your cards personally. So then you just owe $10 more for that, and bada bing, bada boom. I'll do it and Alexis won't. So we'll toss that away because I think I said maybe 20 bucks. And then let's create a new bag for this box topper break. That says Shahir on it. Let's throw this away. Let's see. I guess we'll start a brand new bag. No, mister, I'm sending you $50 for shipping so you can enjoy doing it. Your time is worth more. Oh, that's too nice. You're too nice, Mr. CSman. All right, let me grab this. Appreciate it, man. I try to keep things cheap over here, but I know sometimes we actually deal in high-end luxury items. So, you know, it's sort of like a psychology to that, you know what I mean? I understand where you're coming from because I would be the same way. So if I'm buying a high-end item from somebody, I don't mind it costing a little more, and I don't mind them doing a very good job. It's like you prefer it. It's like buying a Rolex or something. There you go. All right. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful. No, I want my empty bag. What? Cheap, says Mr. Thomas Hogue. Some people want to buy cheap cards for cheap. Some people want to buy high-end cards, and those are like almost a different animal, you know? It's like you're not buying like a Ford economy vehicle. You're buying, you know, like an Audi or Mercedes-Benz or something cool like that. Set this over here. Tyranitar. All right. Very nice. And let's see what we got going on here. Mr. Shahir, he says, Vaporeon to PSA. Shahir sending Vaporeon to PSA. Oh, wow. This is a heavy box, man. I'm going to bet it's in one of these. We're getting very close to that submission. Today's Friday. I'm behind on submissions. I'd like to get 2 or 3 of them done this weekend if I can move fast. All right. There it is. Cross your fingers for a 10 on this bad boy. Send for a spot in the topper. That one might finish fast, huh? The box topper is only 1 and 8. There we go. Okay. I'll put this back over here, I suppose. All right. It low-key would look good for a display. Anyone else want in? I'm buying the rest soon. Oh, yeah. So what do you guys think about it? A sort of like investment private channel and Discord server. Would you like that? So the concept behind the channel would be, here's a place where I truly reveal my feelings about certain cards, and you can get counseling on your collection. So it'd be like a consultation, I guess. So it'd be like investment consultation. And yeah, I actually reveal my truest thoughts, but it'd be a pretty exclusive place. I wouldn't really want it to be a place where you go in, copy and paste, and give away all my thoughts. So I don't really know how you stop something like that, other than making it feel like a place where it's like, well, not everyone gets to be in here. Here we are. Very nice. Mister, I'll pay for anything like that. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking is, I was laying in bed last night, and I was just kind of dreaming up all the things I would say in a channel like that. I'm like, oh, I've got a lot to say. There's all this stuff I've got that's in my head that I never talk about, and it's because it's like private, valuable information. And so a combination of sort of like maybe like a monthly recap of the market, day-to-day thoughts, realizations, data, and maybe like a private consultation on your collection anytime you want. Something like that. I unfortunately don't have 5 mil. Was going to buy it, but felt bad. Can you send my Gold D. Roger for PSA, for grading? Your Gold D. Roger. I'd be happy to do that, Mr. Benjamin. So all you need to do is send for a round of grading, or if you have already got store credit over here or something, just send in a penny message, okay? That'll work too. All right, thank you, Mr. Shahir. There's a lot of information I don't share to the public about how I feel about the market, and it's because you don't want to affect the market, you know? Mr. Mark, for the Tyranitar box topper break. All right, you got it. Oops, Mr. Mark. Watch this break be a really fast one. I mean, everything about it's good. It's beautiful, it's unique, it's vintage, and it's somewhat affordable. Tell us about the market. What's your opinion? Tyranitar break. Brandon Boutillier. Oh, I need more energy cards. All right, give me a second. We are going to be running out of energy cards, I think. We burned through these so fast. I don't know. We have a lot in storage, though. All right. How much is it to send, says Mr. Benjamin. So to send a PSA would be 40. If you want to do tag grading, it would be 30. Let's all buy a certain card and control the market for it. There we are. That's never a great idea, in my opinion, because someone's going to be left holding the bag, and it could be people in your own group holding the bag. There we go. All right. Do you know his eBay name? All right. Xander and the Cool Guy. All right. So, Brandon. Okay. Brandon Boutillier. Oops, I gave you 2 L's in your name. It's funny how some breaks are so popular, they just explode really rapidly. Okay. Mr. Gabriel Gallegos sends for 4 spots in the box topper. Apparently, I should have made it 9 spots with the star spot. It is. But I'm not allowed to change it now that it's started. That is the rule. Okay. Is it done then? Is that the end of it? Sorry to anyone who did not get in here. Oh, there's 1 spot. Okay, so 1 other person's getting in. Probably somebody who's already in line. What do you think about 4K for one of those PSA 10 toppers? PSA 10 toppers, $4,000. Oh, the Tyranitar. Yeah, I've seen them. There's always a lot of stuff you can spend your money on, so it's tricky to decide, am I getting the best deal out of that? Beatrice, you made it in. Here you go, Miss Beatrice. All right, anyone after Beatrice, I am sorry. It sold out already. Man, I gotta be more careful with some of these breaks sometimes, huh? Here it is. He should have been 9. He should have been with the star spot. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got a total of 8. And now let's grab this one-piece break, guys, or Astral Radiance. 1, 2. Yeah, I hope it's me on the website. Nah, I'm sorry, man. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Apologize, man. I'm betting there's more people than you who also wanted it on it. I underpriced it. You know, it's a good thing to underprice cards, but the funny part is when you do that, sometimes it causes people to get no chance at all to get into that break, because it's like a bread line, right? That's the idea of a government-controlled price on something. When a government makes something artificially low, the problem is everyone wants to buy it now. It's super popular. And then it turns out suppliers don't want to supply it anymore because they're not making any money. They go, I don't want to work on that. It doesn't make any money. And you get this thing called a bread line. So it shows you how supply and demand, when you have a product that's both rare and underpriced, it just, poof, it just disappears. All right. And so that's a clear sign we could have done 9 spots. All right. Here's the chase card. It's a little smiley face. Okay. Ready? Good luck, CS-Man. Law, hope you get it. I have 1 spot. Am I still in line, mister? You likely are. What's today? It's Friday? It's Friday. See how busy we are today in this lovely Friday stream. Whoops. All right, give me a number. This is a great stream already. Yeah. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, those are shuffled. Now the names. We got the names. So here's who made it in. Take a look, because you may need to know that. Mr. Gabriel Gallego's taking a 50% shot at it. That's a big risk. You know, if you miss, it's got to be a really expensive miss. He did 4 times 40. That's a lot. Okay. Andy Man says, dang, missed 2 in a row. Don't worry, Andy Man. We'll pick out another cool one, okay? One thing about this card, Andy Man, is it's only a 7, right? So you didn't miss out on a 10 Tyranitar box break. He's a cool one, but he's only a 7. All right. Give me a number. I'm low-key just playing with house money at the moment. 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see who's got it. All right. So we've got Mr. Gabriel. Sorry, Gabriel. Mr. CS Man. Sorry, CS Man. Mr. Mark. Oh, could it be you, Mark? Mark, it's got to be the good karma. Mark J. Valerian. Here's Mr. Gabriel. Here's Mr. Gabriel. Sorry, Gabriel. That really sucks, man. Here's Mr. Brandon. Here's Mr. Gabriel. And here is Miss Beatrice. All right, that's the end of the break. Yeah, that's the thing about 50% odd breaks is you're going to miss 50% of the time. At least it wasn't a 1 in 10 spots. That would have been rougher. So this is for you now, Mr. Mark. What do you think of that? All right, there we go. Mr. Mark. Generous Mr. Mark. How about that? I'm going to go grab another card because these are going off so fast. So the next weird card shall be this massive Mewtwo card, which I've also just kind of been waiting for you guys to reach. There it is. Let me put this into perspective. Look at it. Okay. It's huge. It's massive Mewtwo. So that is a Mewtwo with the 10 on it. I want nothing left on that table. Love from India. Holy. Jack goes, ew. Hey. Oops. Do, 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 do. Scooby. Oh, Scooby Dooby Dooby. Well, the price on this Jumbo Mewtwo shall be... So this shall be 10 spots this time, okay? And I don't even know how to host this because it won't fit into any sleeve. So it'd be a total of 10 spots on this one. I don't know. I don't think it's going in here. Oops. It's like putting too small of a condom on. Which I know you've all experienced that. Because you're all hung chads. What the hell? It's kind of working. All right. That's really all we need, so I can do this. All right. The F, I was thinking I zommed into the stream. LMAO. No, it's a huge slab. All right, there it is. 41 and 10, Jumbo Mewtwo. Pretty weird, isn't it? I don't even think this one should be stored on the table. Where should this be stored? It should be stored somewhere else. It's too large. I think I'll store it on top of these slabs over here. Those are my expensive slabs. All right, so there we have it. That is the next break. I'll give you 67K. How much for a Gyarados? I want box toppers, mister. Yeah, those vintage ones, those are cool. We'll look into those some more, okay? Because that one just did well, and it made a little bit of money, not too much. But the next card is a Jumbo Mewtwo. Let me riz it up a little bit. Take a quick look. So not only is it Mewtwo and Mew, the artwork's fantastic. It's got a nice holographic to it. Look at that. Imagine how hard it would be to grade this. But look at the time period it's from. It's actually from 2019. That's a Unified Minds time period, and that's where this came from. This is Unified Minds Mewtwo. Anything from Unified Minds is extremely expensive. So consider how expensive it is to grade jumbo cards, and the fact that this one actually got a 10, and it's a recent cert too. It's a cert in the 10s. You're looking at a fantastic, gigantic card hold. This will make an amazing piece of like wall art, or you can put it on a shelf or something. And unlike a Pokemon card, which is really quite a lot smaller, fits in your hand, this can actually be displayed in your home. It's a great looking toy. And then on top of that, it goes up in price. And it did. I looked at the price today. It is up. I used to get those packs at Dollar Tree. Anyone taking spots in this one, Law? Okay. So that previous break didn't even need, a history thing in the History Channel because it's over so fast. Everyone was here to see it go off. Ooh, was this a message? Okay, good. Just things going well. Let me write this down, by the way. Okay. I'm going in at CS Men Thanks 4. Someone should make acrylic wall mounts for those. Oh, I'm sure you can find something. All right, here's Curlia. Here's Princess Peach, here's Ifrit. Some nice new cards in front of your faces. Now, who is next? We're hitting refresh. I didn't see a Discord ping. Is it just me? We have Mr. Austin Albert, and he wanted $40 for the box topper. Mr. Austin. Yeah, the Mewtwo's cool. It's a solid card. I bet you the regular PSA version of it sells for a lot. Ironically. Let me see what the regular one goes for. Mine's Mewtwo. So check it out. The standard version of the card actually sells for like $483. That's the standard version. And what we've got is the jumbo version. Very cool. All right. What's the pop on that? On the Jumbo Mewtwo, I guarantee you it's low. I guarantee you it's low. It's going to be like maybe less than 100. Let's find out. Because it's very expensive. If you didn't know this, it's very expensive to grade Jumbo cards. Here it is. Population of just 164. That's it. Just 164. Really low. All right, let's see if Albert's got anything to say. Put me in the box topper. You got it. Did I throw? Here it is. So into the next box topper. Thank you, Mr. Austin. So that means 9 spots remain. Very cool. Mr. Edward, he says, One Piece Breako. All right. Edward taking a very big risk on this. Toppers are hard to grade. They're not just hard to grade, they're expensive. They're hard to ship. Think about it. So that's a raw card at the beginning, and they have to ship that safely to PSA. How do you ship that? So just shipping it should cost extra money, and then grading costs extra money, and then a card with that much surface, that much edge, a card that big has so much more room for something to go wrong with it. You know, for like one edge has a dink in it, or, you know, a scratch or a print line. So when a card is that humongous, there's so much room for something to be wrong with it. Hey, what's up, Mr. John? Do you still have a full case of OP14? OP14, yep, I got one full case of it. There. Ooh, if you're gonna buy a whole case though, I wonder if I should double check the restock price, because the only amount I have left is that case and the open case. So maybe I maybe I should find my restock price first. Let me ask. I mean, technically you can. That's not how it works, is it? You can just send in for it right now. But I'm going to go ask right now for my restock price. Let's see. No, I've done that before. I've told somebody that, hey, I don't want to sell their product too fast. I've done that before. All right, so One Piece card game, booster pack, adventure on the island of the gods, OP15. Okay, let me ask this guy. Actually, I don't know if I want to restock OP14 Japanese. I think OP14 English is coming out soon, right? Oops. Oops. I typed in 0P. What the hell's wrong with me? Release. So it's coming out in like 2 weeks, right? Yeah, January 16th. And we're probably ready to start stocking that if I had to bet. Let's see. Doop ba-doop ba-doop boop boop boo. Mister, can you read my message to you above? It's about shipping. Yes. He says, how long is priority from you to New Jersey? Like predicted time. I think maybe I should pay for shipping now. Oh, you know, it takes like 3 days. Might be 3 days. Oops, give me a minute here. Might take 4. Depends on how fast the pickup is. So, how much of this you think we should acquire? Divided by 24. Okay. It's Friday morning there, so you can ship it out today, or is it Saturday morning there? It is technically Friday, but I would probably recommend shipping it on Monday. Unless you're about to be in New Jersey like tomorrow. Let's see. I'm looking at OP14 cases right now. All right, let's jump back to the queue real fast. I get in the US on the 7th. I want it sometime near the 7th. So let's see. Well, you know, if I do get it out into the mail by Saturday, they're not going to really move it on Sunday anyways. So Sunday, USPS is closed on Sundays. The whole company, the company is a federal company. So the federal government doesn't allow people to work on Sunday. And so, I mean, I think that Monday is a good idea just because it gives me the weekend to work on it, you know, instead of like rushing it. Yeah, I'll be off. I'll be off as soon as the second stream goes off today. I'll be off work. I recommend we ship it Monday. I can try to get it out Saturday. It's not a big deal either way. You just tell me what you want to do. It's not a big deal. Let's see. And would you be down if I paid more for overnight shipping? Yes, we can do something like that if you want overnight shipping. Of course, it's an awful lot of money, but it's not a big problem. It's kind of an expensive shipment. Let me take a quick look at overnight shipping for you, or next day shipping. All right, we're going to jump over here. And let's see what kind of options we have for next day. So it looks like it's done by the pound. Yeah, they don't have a flat rate. Personally, I think your best move is the large priority mailbox. It comes with like, 3 to 4 day shipping time. It's a nice big box. I think that's the best method. That's my experience telling me that. Also, I can't truly get you an overnight price without a shipping address. I would need a shipping address. So you can email me that. Ooh, there's our contractor trying to contact me. He doesn't know I'm busy. So if I were you, I'd go with the USPS large priority mail shipping box. And I actually have unloaded those before for UPS. Funny enough, UPS sometimes does some of USPS's work. And they just come in this special truck. They're packed really well. It's a nice thing. That's what I would probably do. How much is that? $9. You only have to pay $9. Now, if you're asking me what it cost me, it costs about $27 per box for me. But that's part of the deal. You only have to pay a flat rate. All right, Mr. Jack, 2 shuffles. You got it, Jack. Yeah, that's part of the deal. So because you're a big customer, you'll only pay $9 one time for shipping. And then I'm going to choose priority mail shipping for you because your shipment's really expensive. You're going to get a special shipment. Here we are. Now, that's not automatic. Some people get it, some people don't. You're getting the upgrade because your shipment's so large and so expensive. Here we are. Ooh, 1, 2. Jack says, check the chat. I just checked my shipment from you, and it says it's in Arizona, but I live in Connecticut. Could you check on that, please? So this does happen all the time. Basically, USPS and UPS and all those companies, they They ship like millions of packages, and they have these sorters who are supposed to send your package toward you. Sometimes they send it away from you. Like they accidentally sort it into the wrong truck, and then that truck drives to Arizona. The only thing you need to check is, does the address have your address on it? Does it have your name on it? If those things are true, you're A-okay. They're just doing their job bad. What it does mean is they'll eventually start pushing it from Arizona back toward you in Connecticut. But that's out of my hands. That's them doing it. Ooh, you picked up Noibat again? Noibat. Get out of here, Noibat. If you're okay, I'd like one-day shipping by the pound. I have a lot of money saved up just for shipping. We could do that. So I'll package it up, and then we'll get a per pound price. But, you know, it could be really outrageous. You know, it could be like $200-ish. You know, think of it like this, Yasmin. What you could do instead is you could have me ship only your slabs overnight, and then your like raw cards could go separately in a cheaper shipment. You know, like you don't want to pay like the most premium shipping price for all of your cards. You got a lot of hollows, you got a lot of junk. But if you want like just your slabs shipped overnight, that's cool. That would make some sense, you know, because some of those are really expensive. Not all of them, but some of them. See, I've done this a long time. If you want it to be easy and no nonsense, I just go with the large priority mailboxes. We can get it all in. We'll do maybe 2 boxes of that. It'll all fit in, and lots of padding for the slabs. That's the best method. Here's Noibat. Ooh. It says it's arriving tomorrow. Super lame. I'll keep it. Thank you. All right, sounds good. So I'll write your name on the back. $200. I need all that. I need all the stuff on the same day. Is there an option better than priority? This is going to be Jack Woodworth. Yeah, that would be the, it's called, so what USPS calls it is express shipping. And it says that it can take up to 2 days. But you also have to appreciate that it might take some handling time too. Like, you know, like it's not just about how fast USPS delivers it, but what time does the mailman go to work? And what time does the mailman deliver where you live? But it should be pretty fast. Yeah, if we do express, it'd probably be 2 to 3 days is what I would expect. And compare that to priority mail, which might take like 4 days, or it could take 4 to 5 days, but it's like you're paying $9 for that versus like up to $200 for the express. So you're getting it, you know, maybe like a day sooner, but you're losing like $200. And I always tell people this is like, you can do that if you really want, but it's like, it's not worth it. Maybe you can explain your situation to me, because if you can, you know, if you really have to have it within a really specific time window, I can work with you on it. Hey, mister, what stream did the bounty go off? I want to go experience the moment. It should have been New Year's Eve, the nighttime stream, which would have been like over 2 streams ago, like 3 streams ago, I think. Is it? I'll do express shipping, mister. Let me know what your price is on that. No problem. So here's how it'll work. I will get it all packed up, and I'll get the label on it, and then I'll just tell you what the price is when I print the label. I got plenty of cash set to the side for shipping labels. So when the label gets printed, I'll just tell you. I'm trying to send some cards to PSA, and I want to do it near the 7th is my predicament. That is why I want to pay for better shipping. I hear what you're saying. No problem, man. Well, we can work out whatever you need, and so we'll do that. Let's see. It's funny, though, when you think about it, I can send your cards off to PSA, and it costs a little extra to have me do it. But it's like, you know, it's interesting because you'll get it to yourself faster, but you'll probably spend a lot of money getting it to yourself faster, which negates the money you save doing it yourself, if you think about it. You think it over. I'll do it. Right now, I'm scheduled to do it the way you want me to do it, so I'll do that. But you think it over. If I were you, I would just take the $9 shipping and do the priority. Here's Javier spotting the Tyranitar topper. You got it. Tyranitar. Oh, that's already passed. All right, Javier, I'm sorry, man. I also ordered shipping on the 23rd. It's taking so long. Yeah. Well, I mean, because they shipped it to Arizona. That's why. Yeah, it's taking a long time. They shipped it to Arizona. They shipped it the wrong way. I worked for UPS once for like half a year-ish before I quit because it was such a bad job. And they got these guys They receive truckloads of packages, and then all day long they just go, this one's going to this zip code, this one's going to that zip code, and then those boxes get sent off to truck loaders who load up the truck with the correct zip codes. But, you know, so these guys are going boom, 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 boom. They're sorting boxes that fast, and one wrong box being sent one wrong direction makes it go in the opposite direction. That's what happened to you. Happens all the time. You know, it's like every 100 boxes it happens to somebody, and it's annoying. Why is USPS such a bad job? Were you a sorter? No, I didn't work for USPS. I worked for UPS, and sometimes we did some of their work for them. They would send us a truck, and we would actually forward it for them. Pretty strange, right? Here's Gabriel, box topper and shipping. The box topper and shipping. Okay, so I'm confused. Gabriel Gallegos. You do want a round of shipping, so we're going to get that for you. But the Tyranitar is over. Let's see. Did you receive my payment? It says Benjamin. Benjamin on what? On PayPal? Let's see. We got Gabriel. We got John Lucas with the big order. On the website, maybe? The Mew one. Ah, the Mew. Okay. That's technically, it's a jumbo break. It's a jumbo slab. Jumbo card. Pretty interesting. Let's change the name. It shouldn't say box topper. It should say jumbo. I got you, man. Yeah, that's called a jumbo slab. The previous thing was actually a box topper. That's why I got a little confused, because we got a couple people who are lagging there. All right, let's pull this down. We got a really big order coming from Mr. John Lucas. How's it going, Mr. John? Mr. Read my whole message on the recent order, please. Let's see. Okay. CS-Man bought it outright. Yes, CS-Man bought it outright. They surely want the Team Rocket box topper. Miss Alexandra, that box topper got canceled as a break. It was bought outright. You have $80. Apologize for that if you're really excited for it. We have a new, here's the replacement for it, Miss Alexandra. If you'd like to go in here, it's a 1 in 10 odds, PSA 10 Mewtwo Jumbo card. So that replaces the Team Rocket card. So you got 1 in 10 odds. You could take 2 spots in there if you'd like, or use your $80 on anything, because it's, you know, your money. It got bought? Yep, that happens sometimes with the break. Somebody will buy it outright, and as long as a certain percentage of the slab hasn't turned into like people haven't bought it out in the break, we allow that. So when just a little bit of the slab is sold in the form of a break, if somebody else wants to buy it outright, we just let them. This. All right, jump on the other break. We got some other cool breaks. The good news, Alexandra, the good news is that you didn't lose that money. So if you were in the break and you missed, you would have just been out $80. So you got 80 potential dollars that can go into any break. You can hold that money. You can use it toward a slab away. You can use it to open up booster packs. Like if you like Metazoo, you can open more Metazoo. But there's a lot of breaks always. Right now, the new one is that Mewtwo that replaces the Team Rocket break. We've been talking about shipping since August. Wow, thank God I'm in America so soon. Holy cow. Yeah, that'd be nice. All right. So here's Mr. Gabriel, and I'm going to get him a nice label. All right. Very nice. Let's go ahead and we're going to reduce the weight of this down to here. Okay. All right, very nice. We're just waiting for the price to show up so I can hit print. The address on the PayPal order I just put in is the right one, mister. Just FYI. Sounds good. So I won't be able to print your label right away. What we'll have to do is weigh it afterwards and then print a label. Come on, dude. How long does it take, man? The software is so slow these days. It wants to take like 7 years to decide the price of the postage. It's kind of outrageous. I guess I'll move your box over here, Mr. Gabriel. I don't like it the way it does this because I actually forget to hit print. Oh, we were still on Express. So by the way, here's an example of Express shipping prices. So to ship a 1-pound box Express would be $47. I'm just saying, if you want me to do the priority mail large boxes, that will only cost you $9, and I cover the rest personally. So just want to say that's a good option. It's safe, it's fast. It's only like an extra day or two in terms of shipping turnaround times. You save like probably, I'm a bet you save like $150. That's my bet. So I'm still willing to do that. There you go. I just decided to do priority. Perfect. There you go. That's the way I would have done it. I like the, here's the deal. I like the priority mail boxes. They're good. They're actually these really nice, tough boxes. And I like that the shipping time for like a good priority box is already pretty close to Express anyways. But the Express, they make you pay so damn much. They're like, oh, you want it to be fast. All right, we'll take $200. It's like, bro, it's like a ripoff. We are. I think those are more like for emergency shipments, you know, like someone's medicine or something like that. Your medicine you have to have. Pokemon cards you can kind of make time or room for. There we go. All right, lovely cards there. Very nice. Thank you, Gabriel. Appreciate you, man. John Lucas, let's do that full case of OP14 and 12 boxes. And use up my store credit, also included for shipping with a little extra to ship that one OP13 sealed box. All right, so we got a lot going on here. This is an $830 order. He just bought all of OP14, I think. All right, I'm going to have to start by probably marking OP14 as sold out. But what is the price of an OP14 case? I have to know. Did the price jump or something? Let's see what the restock price on OP14 is. All right, let's see. No, it's fair. All right, you got it, baby. We're just sold out of it. So I'll try to restock it. There you go. That one must be popular. That's got to be it. It's got to be popular. I am now placing a massive order for OP14 English. I had it all queued up here. So OP14 English is going to be pre-order. Give me a second here. So we got a lot to do here, guys. All right, it looks like for OP14, we'll be getting we will be starting out at $12 a pack. Let's see. Down here at the very bottom, English OP14, $12 coming soon. Okay. PRB1 sold out, OP9 sold out, OP5 sold out, OP13 sold out. So OP13 Japanese just remains sold out. I actually can't get a hold of any. I'd like to restock it though. Let me ask this guy. There we go. All right. One Piece is best in English. There's a BOA card in OP14. I would switch focus to English on that. I personally won't be buying more Japanese. Thanks for the information. Let me go grab some OP14. I might buy some anyways, just like 1 or 2 cases. All right. I got both boxes, one in each hand, a super heavy. Okay, we'll stack this one on top. All right. Woo. All right, we're actually not 100% sold out of OP14, it looks like. Let me reread his order. It reads, give me a second here. OP14 plus 12 boxes. Oh, wait. Oh, you're not buying. I think I read it wrong. I think I read it as you wanted a whole case and an additional 12 boxes. Okay, I read it wrong. So this is for one whole case, and you send some for shipping. Okay, so we still have OP14. Perfect. Let me go ahead. I'm going to update the menu again. Japanese OP14. It's still in. We're going to hit save. Did my Nikkei order get skipped? It was an hour ago. Let's go looking for Mr. Hathim's Nikkei order. Gabriel, Javier, Beatrice. Scrolling up. Okay, I'm looking. Here's CS Men placing the order for the Team Rocket. Hathim, 3 English Nikkei. Ah. Mr. Hathim. Oops. Let's go get Mr. Hathim's Nikkei. He's waited a long time. I think your order did get skipped, Mr. Hathim. I'm sorry, man. Here we go. Okay, give me a second. Let's see. 3 of these. And as a bonus, we'll put you into the Sarah giveaway. Which, by the way, we haven't put anybody in here yet, have we? Here you go, Mr. Hathim. It's cool. My message above. Can you read my message? Read my message. Also, I want to remind you, the Tyranitar and the Team Rocket box topper are on another shelf or something. Have no fear. I would never forget that. All right, let's see. Because I remember all the things you bought. See, that's the thing. Alexis, when she does the shipping, she doesn't remember everything you bought. I remember, because I sold it to you. Here's Claudia. Ooh, it's all Cloudy. And here's Nate Dog. Here you go, Nate Dog. What up, dog? All right. Type in Sarah to get into this $100 store credit giveaway. That's pretty good. Just $100 of store credit. That's it. Just giving it away. Can you confirm my payment, please, from the website through PayPal, says Mr. Benjamin. Let me hit refresh on the website, Benjamin, because I didn't see it there earlier. Okay. I see Mr. Austin Albert's order. Oh, there's Mr. Benjamin. It says you placed the order 19 minutes ago, and it was for $40 to send Goldie Roger, 2 PSA, and $20 for store credit. Why don't I do that ahead of this gigantic order from Mr. John Lucas? We have a very big order for John Lucas. Okay, so here's the $20 store credit, which is fun. Let's open up this for Hathim, and then we'll grab your card to send off to PSA. Goldie Roger, huh? Here's a holo. Oh, one full art. This girl, and she's like pleading and begging, and she's just got gigantic titties. And she's like on her knees, she's crying. This dog is getting ready to fly out to a remote hydro site. Ooh. Just listen back. Yeah, only one case. My brain somehow read it as 1 case and 12 boxes. I don't know why I did that. So I brought in the last 2 cases. There it is. So, off to Mr. Hathim these go. Thank you, Mr. Hathim. Sorry for the long wait. It was all worth it. You got a free spot in the giveaway. Pretty good. I think Gengar Mimikyu will touch 10,000. Quick, Mr. Buy One. That's a cool card. Gengar Mimikyu is cool. All right. So sweet. Now, Benjamin. Let's go grab Mr. Benjamin's stuff. Thank you for confirming. No problem. You know, you would have had to have waited a really long time for your turn to roll around. We're going to let you jump the line here. There's the Gold D Roger in English. Definitely worth grading. We are, by the way, hosting a box break on EB1. It's pretty pricey. It's 21 spots, but, you know, if you pull it, you can keep it sealed. You don't even have to open it. Carp Whale Lord hitting $10,000 first. I own both of those. Those are both cool cards. There it is. Oh, yeah. I never would have guessed that the team-up set would be that expensive. I wish I bought a whole case of those booster boxes. I only had one box of it because I thought this set isn't very good. I told myself team-up wasn't very good because it lacked a rainbow Charizard. Because back then, it was all about rainbow cards. It wasn't about alternative arts. It wasn't until a little later that people started realizing the alternative arts were on the rise. And by that point, team-up was so expensive that I said, I'm not paying $2,000 for team-up. That's way overpriced. And that was wrong too. I should have bought them at $2,000 a box. That would have been a fantastic price. I would be very wealthy today if I bought a lot of those at $2,000 a box. So it shows you how your thinking can be very, very, very wrong. I'm going to save this guy for a break. He's a great break. All right. Your thinking can be very, very wrong when it comes to a product. You just don't know what people are spending every last penny of their money on. Here's a nice break. The Mewtwo booster pack. Still have 2 cases of team-up started keeping 2 cases of every set. You're doing really well then, because team-up went from like $140 to $10,000 or more, whatever it's doing now. I don't even know what it's doing. But it's unbelievably expensive. I've got a single box of it. You know, I should have bought tons of it. I didn't. What an idiot. What can I say? Oops. Oops, that was a mistake. Now, back to John Lucas. So, John, I've already cut your case open so that we could start smacking into it. Let me scooch it near. All right. John Lucas. All right. Box number 1. Are you guys ready for this? This is one whole case of OP14. Okay. Never would have predicted. Just didn't want to sell it back then. Yeah, we are. I bought a lot of the Evolving Skies, and that ended up being a really important decision because that set's doing very well. Nowadays, you know, Prismatic's doing kind of well. I like what Prismatic's doing. There's no standard way to hold it, though. You got to buy, like, these weird sets. I got this premium collection of it. I'm thinking about pulling all the packs out of that premium collection, just putting them into a different kind of box. Store them tighter. Wow, 56 slabs with Mr. WTF. I didn't realize I had that many. That's a lot. All right, you ready? Is it really 56? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we'll be shipping that one with signature confirmation. So this house, it's not like a public, like college house or anything, right? It's like a relative or something cool like that. There we go. Got to make sure it all arrives safely. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. It's my house. Oh, perfect. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Here's a hollow. Another hollow. We've done this before, Mr. John Lucas. You see how this looks. Here's a hollow. Have a seat right over there. Why is Chris Hansen so funny, man? That's amazing. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. That's who defeated Vecna, by the way. If you guys didn't watch Stranger Things finale, basically Chris Hansen stepped out and he saw all these kids getting tentacled and he said, "What are you doing here?" You see how this looks. Ooh. Salesman Slab pre-shipment preview video. You want a preview video of CSman's order? Maybe. That'd be pretty cool. He's got a pretty expensive Celebi going out. Here's a hollow. Bloop. You find that funny? One of the things I really complained about when it came to Stranger Things is how weird the design with the tentacles were. It's very inappropriate. And it's like, you're not supposed to acknowledge that or think about it or something. It was like, I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it. Gross. There we go. What's the insurance what's the insurance on priority? So insurance on priority mail shipping is like $100. There it is. I like to use the large priority mailboxes to ship though, because when it comes to shipping product, if you got a really expensive item, here's the trick. I'm gonna give you guys the secret. Never ship expensive items in a small box. Those can actually literally be lost. When you ship in a large box, the shipping companies never miss that. And then a large box with 2 boxes, one on the outside, one on the inside, is called double boxing. That'll do it. You'll get like 99.99999% of all your packages there. Finally, toss on signature confirmation, because that forces the UPS or USPS delivery person to put it into your hands and get a signature. That's the trick. Double box, large box, signature. And that's how we do it. We ship like $1 million of cards all year round, and that's how we do it. Yep. All right. So if something does happen, I can only recoup $100. We can do insurance if you'd like. I think there's a limit on the insurance, though. I think they only take insurance up to like $4,000. Also, that might exclude collectibles. I can't remember. So some of the companies don't want to insure collectibles at all. Here it is. Ooh. That's part of the risk, Mr. CS-Man, of buying cards. We all take that risk. When you buy collectibles and it gets shipped over to you, something bad could happen. But it's always been that way. I've luckily never lost too much. You are? Okay. Here's this guy. I don't like to spend on 10s, to be honest, unless it's a steal. I collect to collect. I don't look for value. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. I think collecting 9s is a legitimate strategy. I think eventually the 10s become so unbearably expensive that the 9s start to rise, because people say, I guess I'm collecting a 9. Going to collect what I can collect. So 9s are a legitimate strategy. Below a 9, I think it depends on what card it is. So like, if you're going to go below a 9, I'd probably go for like vintage or something. Sub 9s are also nice to give away as like presents or something. I wouldn't expect them to perform super well as an investment. But 9s can do very, very well. Like I had a 9 Gold Star Torchic that was doing super well before I sold it to Anthony Kalura. And honestly, if I'd never sold it, I'd still be doing well on that card. I doubt anything would happen, especially domestically. Yeah, that's right. Almost never does anything go wrong. It's extremely, extremely rare. Here we are. Here we are. And here we are. Very nice. A vintage 7 isn't that bad, but a modern 7 is bad. Yeah, like modern 7s are going to get broken back out of the slab and collected raw. Okay. But the thing is, you know, if you give it enough time, even that 7 becomes old. Like, we were just talking about Team Up. When I got started, Team Up was a junky modern set. That's all it was. When I got started in the hobby, Team Up was one of the sets you could buy, and it was a modern set, and the packs didn't cost very much. And if you had like a PSA 7 Gengar Mimikyu, you go, ooh, that's junk. Just crack it out of its slab, right? Well, look at it now. Now a PSA 7 is serious business on that card. So, you know, just because it's junky today doesn't mean you can't totally take it for granted. But yeah, if it's like a PSA 7 Modern Energy card, I wouldn't stick around to find out how much it goes up in value. It's not going to do that. It's strategic. Card collecting has some strategy to it. Mr. John, let's see what we got. No one wants a Team Up 7. That's not true. I bet you I could sell a Team Up 7 Gengar Mimikyu on this table right now, and it would be a flip. You know why? Because no one, again, it comes back to this idea. No one can afford the 10. And even the 9's expensive. And guess what? The 7's still a real card, and it looks nice. So, some people might be buying 7s to try and regrade them into 8s or 9s. So there's value. What we got? 10s will get limited and hard to come by. Yes. Oh, there we are. So this is not always the last card in the pack. Keep my eyes on that. All right. Just like the PSA 8. So are we keeping the hollows or donating the hollows this time, Mr. John Lucas? Love the Nami Mommies. I remember last time I think you were donating these. Here's a hollow. I always say 9s will be the new 10s. Yeah, I actually don't disagree with you. Why do you think I had that box topper 7 laying around? It's because I thought, you know, this isn't so bad. And he just sold like so fast. Donate hollows. Okay, so that'll make opening these a little bit easier as well. Because we will not be saving the hollows. There we go. All right, Trafalgar Law. Are there any trade slabs up? Yes, there is a trade slab up. And I'm going to show you this guy right here. Slitherwing. Ooh. Mr. So Sexy. Like a Pillsbury Doughboy. Then he do like a little goofy laugh. All right, here we are. Mister, before you ship, take most of my bulk. Just keep enough to protect my big cards. Yeah, exactly. See, you're starting to get it. That's why I was saying earlier with the Express, it's like you don't want to ship everything. You want to ship the valuable cards, and then the bulk cards are like an afterthought almost. Here we are. But we should be able, if we're doing priority mailboxes, we should be able to get all of it to you. What we're going to do, we'll probably have maybe 2 to 3 priority mailboxes. Depends on how much you have, actually. And we're going to get a nice double boxing going on. And then we'll do a signature confirmation. So whoever's at the house right now will need to sign for each box, okay? And I think I should be able to get all your stuff together. Those boxes are fairly large, so there's plenty of room. All right, there we go. You know, one of the things I've thought about doing is buying like steel plating, like thin, maybe not steel, maybe like aluminum or something. And for like super valuable shipments over like 10,000 in value, having like metal line the inside layer of the box so that if, you know, if a bomb goes off, if an actual bomb blows up a car, somehow your cards still survive. You know what I'm saying? I've thought about doing crazy things like that. Like, it sounds crazy, but how much do metal sheets, you know, just pre-cut metal sheets of metal really cost? Probably, if it's just a cheap metal, probably not very much. It is like a metal lockbox that you can put your cards into. So I've thought about that kind of stuff. It might reach that point one day, you know, it might reach that point where your cards are shipped in a metal box just because you don't want to take any risks at all. Here we are. Mister, what do you think about tag? It's going to grade packs sometimes this year. Really? We're going to get tag grading for booster packs? Oh, thank heavens, dude. I have not been doing booster pack grading because I don't understand PSA's like system, and they're so expensive to grade with PSA anyways. PSA needs some booster pack grading competition. Is that true? Did you hear that somewhere, Mr. Ivan? Where'd you hear that? I didn't hear that. You can have most of the hollows. I don't want all those, just some for protection is what I meant. So you're offering to do a hollows donation. Is that what you're suggesting? You don't mind? Ship on Monday so I can sign it myself. So you would like it to be shipped out on Monday. So, okay, so we're starting to get all the details in. So shipping on Monday, priority mailbox. Some of the bulk can be dropped if necessary. All right, all that sounds pretty good. We are. That is sounding like exactly how I would have done it anyways. All right, I heard that you're going to be able to grade tag at events and big card shop soon in like 2 hours. There we go. ATB, you could just wrap a metal box in brown paper and use the specific shipping measurements. There we go. All right, next box. You're going to feel so good when those cards are in your hands. I know I have the same feelings when I ship cards. Okay. You can take some of my holos. This stream, if the stream slows down. That's already 11:49. We're basically already out of time. We are. We're still going through this case of a One Piece. And then we're shipping out. We're doing a John Lucas shipment, huh? Nice deal. Let's see. Okay. Okay. And all right. Food. Tag said that there's plans for 2026. Okay. Booster pack grading. That's really cool. Yeah, they're correct to want to get into booster pack grading. No one else is doing it. CGC is not doing it. That's clever of them. They're going into a position that other grading companies aren't touching. PSA does it, and it's really annoying. I think you have to be careful with the tag booster packs, though, because I want them to talk about how do they have technology to prove that it's not a resealed pack. So that's one of the problems I have with booster pack grading is these companies need some way to provide evidence that they have a system to ensure that booster packs are not getting resealed and then here we are and then sold. So I'm a little nervous when it comes to buying graded booster packs. That is when it comes to buying ones that I don't know how they were sourced. But when it was ones that came from our box breaks, I know 100% they're authentic. So I love holding on to our own box break booster packs that we graded ourselves. I love those. Cold. So far, no case hit popping out yet. People are saying that you can pull a case hit in a manga still. Here we are. Selling goons to these cards, you know. Here we are. That's right. After I ship, I always have a box on the table in no time. Here we go. Today, this box arrives will be crazy. Oh, the day this box arrives will be crazy. Heck yeah, man. Okay. That'll be cool as heck. All right. So far, so good. Let's keep going. So this will be box number 6, everybody. Snipping this. Happy New Year. Thank you, Domenico Gualet. Look at us. We got 93 viewers in stream. You know, I was worried that ending the nighttime stream and running in the morning would be a significant drop off in viewership, but it seems to be pretty close to the same. Seems we're doing all right. Okay, snip that. Snipping this. And snipping this. Oops. Love the new time slot so much. I get to watch while at work. It's perfect. Yeah, some people actually enjoy the new time. So that's good. I'm sure there's some people who genuinely are cut out because they could only watch in that unusual time slot, the overnight time slot. Here's a holo. Oops. Here's a holo. I'm at work too. All right. Oh, Luffy. Look at that, Luffy. More like Floofy. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Here's Cowboy Hat Girl. All right. Where did the name Mr. come from? Great question. That was made up a really long time ago by a kid in Discord who kept trying to talk to me, and I didn't want to talk to him. Had to have been like 7 or something. Really young. Maybe like 6. And every time they messaged me, they would say, "Hey, mister." And I would kind of tease about it in our official live stream. I'd say, "Hey, mister." I do like the kid voice, right? And I don't know how, but that just stuck. Stuck like crazy. I started calling everyone else mister, too. I started saying Mr. Russ, Mr. John. Ooh. Cowboy Hat Girl. Give me the name of the character. Is that Robin? What's her name? I don't remember her name. You know, I never watched One Piece, and so I'm learning their names. Here we are. Ooh. Ha-ha. Misses all Sunday. Boop. Nico Robin. Hey, that's pretty good. See? I've almost got their names memorized, actually. Getting closer. It's a lot of work memorizing the names. There's a lot of names. Mr. Anderson. That's right, we make that joke a lot. What are your thoughts on the GameStop Power Packs? People are saying it's better than ripping packs. It reminds me of your slab breaks. Yeah, so it's about value. It's about value. One of the things people are recognizing is that slabs can actually be underpriced based on how hard they are to pull and really how hard they are to grade 10. And so, you know, if you believe in slabs, I do, if you believe in the hobby being driven by this desire for cards that get a 10, or like a gem mint grade or something like that, which I do, then you are interested in the slab economy, and you see this thing occur where for some reason it can cost thousands of dollars to pull a Charizard, like 2,000 or 3,000, and then the PSA 10 slab only sells for like 800. It's like, dang, dude, why is that like that? And I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that people don't find it very fun to buy slabs outright. They actually have a lot more fun opening booster packs. That's what they're doing. That is the entertainment. That's why they do it. They want to be entertained. They want an RNG product. So when you can take a slab and turn it into an RNG product, now you can more efficiently get them access to a PSA 10 Charizard without all the other cards in the set being in the way. You know, you just go straight toward the Charizard. And the cost for the person providing this RNG experience is much lower because he doesn't have to buy one of each of the cards from the set and create this whole, you know, artificial RNG system. He can just create an RNG system around the Charizard itself, no other card. So that is why sometimes it feels valuable to be in like this box break or this pack, this slab break right here, 15 out of 28. He's getting closer to the end. He might have been priced based off of when the card first came out, so he might be a little cheaper now as time went by. But he's kind of come to an end no matter what. He's a star spot. We'll be wrapping him up. Yes, he will be done soon enough. You remember, Mike, I'm working a 12-hour shift when I could have just opened a Somali daycare center. What were you thinking? See, this is Trafalgar Law. This is Crocodile. What were you thinking? Hey, mister, do you like Charizard? Hey, mister. Hey, mister. I wish I had screenshotted it and like saved it somewhere in the Discord to show you guys exactly what the messages were. Whoa, the screen turned like bluish. What happened what's with that? There's like a bluish tint now. So strange. That's really a great explanation and take on these power packs. Yeah, the power packs are okay. I would worry that GameStop is still somehow taking a margin that's so high. The problem I have with GameStop is that, unlike a regular card shop, they're a corporation. And the problem with the corporate card shop is that they've got shareholders who have to receive 7%, 7 to 15% profit per share per year. And then you've got a CEO who's got to make millions of dollars. And then you got a CEO corporate structure where they all got to receive almost $1 million. And then you've got a bunch of executive managers, and then you've got store managers and whatever, like, regional managers. And then you've got employees. And when you put all this together, all the overhead, all the legal, all the lawyers, all the HR departments, all of the corporate, whatever, like executives, when you add all that up, you have this system that really has to take such a high profit margin out of whatever they sell. You're going to get hosed down somehow. And a lot of Pokemon card acquisition, a lot of card buying comes down to finding a better deal than that, So they're not showing you the mathematics between their cards, but right now you're likely pretty much overpaying for those packs more than you think, but they're very good at not showing you the math. And here's another thought I have. How sustainable is their system the moment that the market drops in the same way it dropped in 2023, 2024? So I have questions about how they survive a market crash in the card hobby. Because they've probably got this giant inventory. And again, they've got to get all these people paid. They got to pay the corporate managers. They got to pay the CEOs. All these people got to get paid. They got to pay the investor. What happens when the card market crashes and their inventory suddenly crashes along with it? So they require the card market to grow always, or else their corporations are going to be in a very bad situation. So GameStop makes me a little bit nervous. Yeah, I don't know what to think about them. I think they've probably driven up slab demand like crazy, by the way. So if you want to talk about Pokemon card prices, I mean, you got these corporations getting involved running a slab casino, and they bought up so many slabs to run the casino that this drove demand probably by $100 million or more. So they pumped that money into the Pokemon card economy, and if they ever get kicked back out, it will cause a crash, which is something that I'm just kind of wondering about. Are you ready? How many boxes are we deep in? There's 4 boxes left, plus this one. Hey, mister, can we please give me a Blastoise? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me go get that Blastoise. Oh, all right. There's the case hit, Mihawk. Very nice. That's a cool card, man. How cool is that? If I zoom this camera out, will it adjust the colors? No? Weird. How does that work, I wonder? Okay, so, please. A whole year already as a member. Damn, dude. Mr. Whipple, thanks for the membership, man. I really appreciate it. Being a member of the stream means that people can see how long you've been around. If you're brand new and you don't have a membership, you could wait like 6 or 7 months before going, dang, I really like it here, and then starting your membership. Or you can start it early, and then if you change your mind about us and you don't like us, you can just cancel it. I think it's better to start it early as soon as you're in the group, so that, 6 or 7 months in, if you decide you really like it here, you've already got your Pokeball, partially evolved into the Master Ball or whatever. Memberships are $2 a month. They don't really cost very much. It is. All right. Very nice. I saw that. That's what I did with the Crobat one last year. Here it is. There's Mr. Mike's side with fat claws or something. Santa fat. All right. But, GameStop implemented good software and all that. And so that's all. Here's Crocodile. Crocodile hit out of this pack. So that's really impressive. Good on them, man. They worked to get all that running. I think they've got some kind of deal with the PSA. A lot of money involved in this hobby right now. Logan Paul's like, I'm out of here. I'm selling my Illustrator. What do you guys think of that? I learned more about that Illustrator situation, by the way. I watched a couple videos. I watched a video from Mr. Rattle about that situation. Apparently, in May of 2024, Logan Paul bought back all the shares for the Illustrator, making it his own again, which I guess you're allowed to do. I don't know the rules, but it seems really shady, to be honest. It's kind of like, it makes me feel like it's like a rug pull. Like, you put out these shares for card. They probably, at the time that they issued the shares, they probably issued them with a valuation closer to 5 point something million, which is what he quote unquote paid for the card. But he didn't pay for that card in cash. Part of it was just a trade. So he paid, I think he paid like $3 million for the card. And then he probably put it up as a fractional share product on this company, this fractional share company that he was a co-founder of. Most likely he didn't write a single line of code in that company. He didn't do anything but promote. He was a promoter. And he says, I'll be your promoter, but I want equity in the company. That's probably what he said. And then it turned out Liquid Marketplace was not very popular. That's my guess. It's like a failing, flopping, arrest, splashing company. And he decides, you know what? I'm getting out of this. So his card, the Pikachu, in the 2024s, his card would have been declining in value, because in 2023 and 2024, Pokemon card prices were declining. And his Pikachu being so expensive, it probably declined too. Plus the fact that how popular were fractional shares? It just wasn't a business model that was doing very well for them. You didn't hear him advertising his fractional shares too much anymore, did you? He just kind of stopped talking about it. So I think he backed out of being a quote-unquote co-founder because it wasn't making him any money. And then he saw that the Illustrator Pikachu got cheaper, and he said, okay, good. I sold it in the form of shares at 5.5 million. Now I'm going to buy it back at the new rate of maybe 4 million, whatever it was going for at the time. But I bet you it fell. Ooh. And so he buys it back, and here's the problem. People don't get paid out. That's what the problem is, apparently. And he acknowledges this. So Logan Paul, in a social media post, acknowledges that even though he bought the card back, he bought out the shares, which again, I guess were the rules on the website. Even though he bought back the shares, the people who should have been paid for owning those shares didn't actually get paid out. So they're getting bent over. Now, do you guys want my hypothesis of what's going on with that? Here's my hypothesis. So that whatever, liquid marketplace, kind of like a bank a little bit. They've got these products and they've got your money. And when the bank goes belly up, they don't pay out the people in the bank. When there's a run on the bank, they don't pay out people who have their money in the bank. This same problem happens with actual banking in the US. A lot of people are not familiar with this because nowadays, the way it works with a bank, when you put your money in the bank and the bank goes bankrupt, you don't go bankrupt. The federal government will step in and literally provide cash to people who had their money in the bank. So there's certain kinds of banks where that's true. So if you got your money in like Bank of America or something, and Bank of America goes out of business for some reason, the federal government will not let them keep your money in the form of a bankruptcy. Oh no, we went bankrupt. We don't have your cash anymore. The federal government steps in and they make sure you get your cash back. So people have faith in banking. That's a very important idea. People have faith in banking, and there's no more runs on the bank anymore, right? Certain types of banks. Some banks, that's still a problem. Well, in liquid marketplace, when a company makes a lot of your money, when they take a lot of your money, they don't just put it into like a CD or something. They reinvest your money, right? When a bank gets a bunch of your money, it reinvests it. That's how a bank can go bankrupt because of that. Like like maybe they're investing in technology, right? They're some sort of innovative technology bank. So they take your money and they don't just sit it into what? A bank? What a bank really does with your money is it reinvests it. That's all a bank really is. It's a reinvestment company. And that's true with pretty much all companies. They reinvest your money. McDonald's, they take your money and they reinvest it. So liquid marketplace likely received a lot of cash and then they likely reinvested it. I don't know what they reinvested it into, but they probably didn't do very well. And now they're probably going bankrupt because Logan Paul left. He was their, he was their hype train, right? He was their big promoter. So once they lose Logan Paul, who are they? Nobody. Nobody cares about liquid marketplace if Logan Paul's leaving. It's just another, company that wants your money. Just might as well be any company. So once Logan Paul's out and it looks like he wanted out, they're just another company. So they're bleeding money. And most likely, they don't have your cash anymore. It's likely been reinvested. The CEO got paid. The programmers who keep it running got paid. There's a fee for having an app on the internet. So Liquid Marketplace is paying Apple all this money to exist. It's paying its, security engineers all this money to exist. It's paying its software developers all this money to keep working on its website, its IP. So it's this big, expensive money drain. And what happens, Logan Paul leaves, and now there's a run on the bank. There's a run on the money that's in the company, but the company doesn't have your money anymore. They spent it already. They reinvested it, or they got people paid, or whatever. So they don't even have your cash anymore. You think your cash is just sitting in some account waiting for you to sell your fractional share back out and get your card back out. You get your money back out. That's not how it works. They assume everyone's not going to pull their money out at once, and then they start reinvesting that money. So here's my theory. He buys back his Pikachu as per the rules, which I think are very shady, by the way, because it's like a rug pull. It's like a type of rug pull. He buys back his card when the market's bad, and then he leaves the company. And it's a bad scenario for the company because the Pokemon market is in a bad shape. Everyone's scared of Liquid Marketplace now, and Logan's gone. So they're saying, quick, I want all my shares sold out of liquid marketplace. Give me my money back. But guess what? They don't have your money. It's gone. So they go, oh no, we can't withdraw it for some reason. Hey, we got a little boa here. That's my theory on what has just happened. Okay, Logan Paul, who did not do a single line of code for liquid marketplace, he did not create that company. He got added to the company so that he could promote it and make it rich, and it was going to be a big deal, but it ended up being a bad business. And then he said, get my shit out of here. Give me back my Pokemon. Give me back my Illustrator. I'm not going to lose my Illustrator to your liquid marketplace failing business. He pulled out, and the people who are shafted, as usual, are the end consumer, right? So the people who put their money, their faith into the company, they're getting shafted. I'm sure they're not locked out of their accounts. I'm sure what's really going on is liquid marketplace literally does not have the money to cover all of these people trying to liquidate their positions in liquid marketplace. It's ironic it's called liquid. So, you know, once people heard word that liquid marketplace cannot pay back the Pikachu fractional shares, everyone else said, oh, snap. I need to sell my shares of anything. Whatever was for sale in liquid marketplace, everyone's panicking. And again, they call that a run on the bank. So people are doing a run on the bank on liquid marketplace. They're saying, get me out of this share. I don't want it. I don't want your card. And liquid marketplace is going, oops, technical difficulty. We just can't give your money back for some reason. They're bankrupt. That's why. They're bankrupt. They're out of money. They already reinvested your money. They didn't keep it in an account somewhere. They didn't put it like in a bank account with 4% interest. They already reinvested it. They already spent it on fees, expenses, like the CEO who needs to make millions of dollars a year. So they already spent your money. They don't have it anymore. That's what's going on. So I partially blame Logan Paul because everything he gets involved in seems to do this. Okay, he's very shady. Like maybe when he's promoting, he should also promote the idea that, by the way, if there's a run on the bank in liquid marketplace, you're not getting any of your money back. There just won't be any money. Maybe he should promote that, by the way, if I don't like the way that the price of my card's going, the rules say I can just buy it back from you at a low price and you can't stop me. So he should promote that. Okay, he should promote those ideas. But it was probably in the fine print. Okay, so he probably already worked on this. It was probably in the fine print. He probably was allowed to do that. And so it's going to be a lot like crypto rug pulls, where a lot of end consumers, ooh, here we go, Gold Dawn. It's going to be a lot of end consumers are going to try and sue him, and they're going to fail in court because the court's going to say, well, those were the rules, and you signed an agreement when you signed up for liquid marketplace. That's what's going to happen, is my theory. I don't know if it's true, but also the person to sue isn't even necessarily Logan Paul. It's actually liquid marketplace. But liquid marketplace is going to say, ooh, sorry, we're bankrupt, so we don't owe you any of your money anymore because there is no money. That's what's going to happen. That's my opinion on that story now that I've watched a couple videos. Liquid marketplace is bankrupt. Logan Paul withdrew. He doesn't want to be associated with it anymore. And it's going to be pretty messy for the people who had, you know, parked all their money over there in this sort of experimental, what do you want to call it, greed machine? Right? Everyone's buying shares because they think they're going to get rich. That's why people buy crypto. They think they're going to get rich. Some people do get rich. The people who control the crypto, they get really rich. They always do. And then sometimes the end consumer gets rich buying crypto. But many of them lose money as well, since crypto is often a zero-sum game. But yeah, so that's what I think has just happened. These guys have been rug pulled, but it's a Pokemon card rug pull. And liquid marketplace is likely bankrupt, but they're not saying it. Or maybe they have said it, I don't know. But they're likely bankrupt. On paper, they're likely bankrupt. If they haven't announced it, they're going to announce it. It's 100% Logan Paul. He was in on it from the start. His fake base box was supposed to be the hot item, and the Illustrator took its place. Yeah, I've heard that theory. I've heard the theory that Logan Paul and others knew that the box was fake, and they were intending it to go up on that website. Here's the problem. I don't know how much Logan Paul truly knew. Like, if he said, I just didn't know, I'd be like, he might have just not known. Like, he might have just not cared, you know? Think about him. He's some guy, he's busy, And he's got things going on. He's a YouTuber, so he's out there making YouTube all day long. And some guy taps him on the shoulder and says, hey, sell this on Liquid Marketplace. Be the promoter, and we'll cut you in. You'll make lots of money. Logan might have just said, all right. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually a believable story that he might not have cared about the diligence of whether it was real or not. However, the guy who sold him the box might be a real criminal. And I don't know whatever happened to him or the guy he got it from. Those guys might be real criminals. As for, what's it called, like BBC grading or something like that? As for the box grading company, that might have also been incompetence, or maybe he was cut in. Who knows? But I highly doubt it that the guy tapped Logan Paul on the shoulder and said, see this? This is a fake box of Pokemon. Let's put this up on Liquid Marketplace and we'll get rich together. Why would Logan need to do that? I don't think he needs to do that. I just think he's lazy. So to me, if you told me he was lazy and didn't care, that's actually pretty believable. He doesn't care. But the guy who created the case and the guy who's selling the case, they might have known. Obviously, the guy who created it definitely knew. All right, but the guy who got it to Logan Paul, he might have known that it was shady. Here we are. Same with Liquid Marketplace. They probably don't care if it's legitimate or not. They're interested in coding. That's all they're interested in. Coding and promoting. They don't really care if the case is authentic or not. They go, oh, BBCE grading put their label on it. Good. Get it up here. We'll make some money. So they probably didn't care either. Nobody cared, except for the guy who created the box and the guy who probably got it all the way over to Logan Paul. Those guys knew. That's my bet. And they should probably have gone to jail if they could trace back who created that fake case. There you go. He's a WWE star, full-time, not a YouTuber. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that he's a busy guy. He's a busy bee. And somebody taps him on the shoulder and says, we can make millions if you tell everyone you're putting this on Liquid Marketplace. He says, all right. That's what he does. You know, that's probably what he does. I don't think Logan Paul sat down and did all the research and said, oh, this is actually a fake box. Let's still sell it, bro. He probably didn't do that. He does not care. There's no way he cares. He's already too wealthy. He's at a point where he probably just doesn't want to work on it. He says, somebody else work on it. Those guys are the ones who are more culpable or something. They probably knew a little more about the case, like the way it was sourced and the shadiness of it, like the cost of it being unusually low. Scam products are always unusually cheap. You know, like, oh, wow, what a great deal. Are you sure it's a great deal? But, you know, BBCE grading, they should be out of business after that fiasco. I think they're still in business. That's the funny part. At a certain point, being oblivious is not a defense. Yeah, I'm not trying to defend Logan Paul. I just want to give my perspective on what I think is going on. I don't care about him. I don't watch his content. He's hurt a lot of people, whether intentional or unintentional. But I am saying I think it was mostly laziness. So that's what I am saying. That's just my perspective on the story. I don't think he's like some demon from hell set on killing people's wallets. I just think he's lazy, and he sets up rules to protect himself, most likely. So, yeah, he's a part of the machine that's hurting people, and he should probably check himself and start doing a better job of making sure that if something goes wrong, everyone's protected. You know, like if it had been me selling fractional shares, you know me, I would have just warned you guys. I'd have been like, you know, this can go wrong, right? Here we are, and there we go. Mr. John. That's one whole case of OP14. All right. I like to warn people that they can lose money. I do that all the time. I'd say, by the way, if you do this, you could lose a lot of money on it. Just letting you know. Because I feel like that's the responsible thing to do. You never hear that from Logan Paul. He just goes straight into the hype train. We're going to get rich, bro. Which maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. He's wealthier than me. Nah. I just can't do it. It's just not in my DNA. I can't do it. It's not in my genetics or something. I don't like it. It makes me mad. We are. Ooh. Maybe people with a certain brain structure are capable of hurting others and not really caring. They go, I don't care. I made my money. You guys are just leftover people. Who cares? Go back to work. Here we are. But I can't. That's not me. I can't do that. Upsets me too much. Nico Robin, because now I know her name. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, there we go. The box itself seems as if they didn't know it was fake. What happened afterward, they were aware of. You have to go to Japan and record a certain something, then you'll be at 1 million. Yeah, exactly. That was a weird, right? That was like a sign right off the bat that he's a bit strange. You know, that, and strange isn't the word, obviously, but sociopath, maybe. Sociopath. All right, let's count these out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. Does this also count as 1? Hold on. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, okay, so that's 12. I don't know if the Golden Dawn counted as a hit. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm just looking these over. Wow. So that is a whole box of OP14. Beautiful cards in here, man. John Lucas, he's a big supporter. Your portion of the stream had the conversation about Logan Paul in it. That's a Logan Paul story. There's always some story going on out there. It is. Set that there. Super busy mega early stream is 3:20 and I'm still watching. Gold Dawn is an extra hit. A lot of influential people become famous after a tragedy. Well, you're not a juice. What? What are you talking about? You are? All right. Wow. Beautiful, man. Okay. I will grab these, and let's start looking at your boxes, huh? So what do we got for your boxes, Mr. John Lucas? You got a double box right there. And that's Jeff Leon, JL. Looks like John Lucas, doesn't it? Is it just that? Is it just this double box? Let's see. You ship a little more frequently. I like that. That's good. It looks like you have a single double box going on. All right, let's go ahead and prepare for that for now. I have a lot of stuff there. Yeah, you go really deep, and it builds up really fast. We'll get you a large priority mailbox. Okay. We'll go with, it's called the flat rate large box. We'll get a couple pounds. So that'll give me some extra time to look around. Mr. Lucas is going to need a U-Haul. Same with the CS man. Happy Friday to you guys, by the way. Anyways, I think those guys who had all their money in, liquid marketplace, I think they're basically screwed. They are not going to see that money. There we go. And I think they can try to. I think they can try to sue Logan Paul, but I don't think it's going to work. I think they're going to try it. He's too comfortable. I think he's already been through so many lawsuits. He knows about lawsuits really well. Jonathan Cham, John Wolf. I think he knows a lot about lawsuits and how to protect himself legally before he does stuff. He probably has lawyers that say, yeah, you can go ahead and buy that card back. They can't sue you over that. Okay. We're checking all the JO boxes real fast. Ugh. Joey. Joey Maycumber. Remember May Cucumber? Hope he comes back someday. Alex Garcia. Hathim. Sarah Duthenberry. Here's 6. I hope 6 comes back. She stops by and says hi every now and then. Class action would probably be the way to go. Let's see. Well, you know, he had his whole crypto zoo. That thing was a failure too, huh? I remember following that story. All right, cool. How full is this, though? That's full. Okay. All right. As in Apple, it's going to remove it. They're going to ban the juice emoji mister. Oh, are they? Is that a plan? Like, is that actually they're planning on removing that? Okay. Why does he have so many failures, LMAO? I think it's because he overpromises and underdelivers, right? Like, there was a rug pull with the crypto zoo thing too, right? He was getting involved with crypto, and he's saying, hey, you know, buy these crypto NFTs. And NFTs were really hot at the time. So he's like the Big Connect guy. He says, Big Connect! It's going to go to 10,000. It's going to go to 20,000. It's going to go to 50,000. And people get all hyped up and they go, oh my God. And then they pour all this money into CryptoZoo. And there's all these guys on the back end just waiting to rug pull. They're like, oh yeah, we're rug pulling the crap out of these guys the moment they send this money over. So he gets involved in these rug pulls, man. And because it's such a brand new field, so experimental, they get away with these rug pulls. But at this point, why are people still buying stuff from them? You know, why aren't they looking at it going, nah, dude, this is not going to work. I'm going to get killed if something goes wrong, and you're going to be protected. I'm not. You're going to keep all your money. I'm going to be the one that loses money if something goes wrong. All right, so this shall go right here. What is this? This is Sarah. This is Brett Love. Looking around. Yeah, like, if you told me that Logan Paul would have been happier, if Logan Paul would have been happier had CryptoZoo worked, I would believe you. I would be inclined to believe you. I'm sure he's strong. Here's that SpongeBob break, 1 in 9, everybody. Ooh. I would be inclined to believe you. I think that he would have loved for CryptoZoo to be a big success, but he wasn't coding it. He wasn't even going to work on it at all. He was probably waiting for some other guy to make him rich. He's like, you're going to make me rich, right? All right, CS Man, 50 USD for shipping. Monday is fine. $27 for the priority, $3 for you. Sweet. All right, so we got a big shipment coming in for Mr. CS Man. All right. And I'll be doing it personally. Very good. Okay. And we have Hathim. 3 more of the English Nikkei. Whew. Here you go, Mr. Hathim. I have a mild headache right now. It's that Indian food, damn it. Does anyone know what to do with Wife's bulk? I'm about ready to just toss it to clear room. Put it into maybe like a box and then sell the box on eBay. That's a possibility. Tossing this. Some of the Wife's bulk's got to be worth a little bit. You could also put it into a box, tape the box up, and like put it in your cellar and forget about it. That's another option. And then maybe a couple years later, you pull it back out, see if it went up. If it didn't, you can still throw it away. There you go. All right. Mr. Hathim. Ooh. If it's got hot girls with boobies on it, don't donate it to kids. People will look at you funny. They'll be like, what are you giving to our children? I'm going to bed now. I'll see you tomorrow in the mega early stream. There's no shot I wake up in the daytime stream. See you tomorrow, Mr. CS Man. Have a nice night, man. Here's Luke Laurie, tag 9, Dustnor, and shipping. It is. Okay, Luke Laurie. Luke Laurie. Now, we also needed to ship something else for you too, right? Luke, going back to John Lucas, he mentions including shipping with the little extra to ship out that one OP13 sealed box. Okay, hold on. So before we get off of your name, I'm going to change the type of shipping here, reduce the weight, and print you a second label to ship that box separately, okay? So we're going to ship that box separately. Luke Laurie will go here because I want to make sure it all fits. Might not fit if we don't do this. Okay, and then Luke Laurie. Here it is. Shipping for Luke. You got it, Luke. I give all my bulk away. I'm going to bed now. You can't, can't donate my wife's bulk, LMA. Oh, that's right. Can't donate it to the children's hospital. They'll look at you and be like, what are you doing, bro? There we go. All right, printing this out. There it goes. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, I'm feeling sick, man. I better go eat some like healthy food or something. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Wait. That was John Lucas's bonus label. Right, okay. Sorry about that. Luke Laurie. There we go. let's get this right. So Luke Glory, 8 ounces. That's queuing up. And we're going to write box OP 13. And that's an English box, I assume. All right, there we go. All right. Can I have your Moonbreons for free? Yes, sir. Hey, Zenobius. He'll give you the Moonbreons if you pay for them. That's right. For a cheap fee of 5 smoochies. People are dumb enough to keep sending him money. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't understand it. He keeps doing things, I guess. Now he's going to sell that Pikachu, and I swear to God, if he doesn't have a shill bidder, I'd be really impressed. There's no way that he didn't give at least $5.5 million off to a friend or a family member and say, don't let this card sell for less than $5 million. Can't afford that. Okay, Hathim, Luke Laurie, Tim Harrison, 6 one-piece OP14. OP14, here they are. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Very good. Oh. Mister, can you add that slab to my shipping today? There we go. You ordered a slab? I might be able to. The funny thing is, Alexis tends to show up toward dinner time, so any shipping you guys are ordering right now is probably going to go out. Probably going to head out. Okay, here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. And here's a hollow. Very nice. Tim Harrison, nothing but net. A couple cold ones there. Appreciate the order, though, man. All right, let's grab this. Good thing these packs aren't like $5 per pack. They might get there one day, though. OP14. Is there a break on OP13 box? And if so, how much to get in? Currently not. There is a break on EB1 English. 21 spots. $40 to get in. Okay, let me jump over here. We last helped Benjamin Gomez. And now we have an order from Miss Alexandra. She says 24 of the Japanese OP14s. That'll be a whole box of OP14. Give me a moment here. Miss Alexandra. So this is my last case of OP14. And I don't think I'm restocking it. Let me think about it. Could restock it. Did this guy respond? He didn't respond. So for the moment, OP14 is going from $3.50 to $4. We're slowing it down. It's like hitting the brakes. It actually might not change anything because it's not a big difference. So now it will be $96 per box. We're selling through it too fast, essentially. We don't actually have the new set yet. It doesn't come out for 2 weeks. So we're going to slow that down a little bit. OP14 is officially $4. All right, I have to change it on the website, too. That's a lot of work. All right. How often do you actually organize your supply room? Little bits here and there get organized constantly, and it just does not matter. It goes to a mess very fast. But a little bit gets changed every constantly. That's how I describe it. Constant updates, constant improvements, and then it just gets messy again. Mr. I have a question. Hello, Mr. Pedrick. I feel the OP breaks don't go off as much because we don't rip them live. They just get shipped sealed. Well, probably this one in particular, EB1, is a box that's not in demand as much. You have to consider that. And then also, it's got a lot of, it's actually pretty expensive. So, you know, if it had fewer spots on it, it might be getting closer to the end. All right, here goes Miss Alexandra. Okay, taking a break from the pest control. Let it rip. Oh, hey, Mr. TJ. All right, TJ, check it out. This is a whole box of One Piece. And my job is to sit in my room all day and open up these packs for people. What do you think of that? Is that a bizarre job or what? All right. I'm right there with you, Whipple. I'm here to see things get ripped and not shipped. People are still sad not to see the outcome of the last box that went off. There we go. Here's this. There we go. And here's this. Now, English is poopy to me. There we go. You don't like the English set? It's really expensive. I feel like that's a sign that it's more desirable. There we go. I like both. I don't mind. I think if you're collecting only one language, though, you get kind of used to it. And you don't want to change languages. So I get that. All right, let's see. Ooh. Oh. Do you know Rattle Pokemon says buy the card, not the grade? Another way saying it, if the card says PSA 10 but has a flaw, don't buy it. Do you agree with that? I generally agree with that. It's complex. Not too long ago, Rattle was telling people over and over and over again not to buy graded cards. Oh, no, wait a second. You might actually want your holos. I got kind of used to doing it the other way. Here we are. All right. And I didn't agree with that kind of like point of view. And in fact, if I had taken his advice and I never bought graded cards, I only bought the ungraded ones, I would just have a much worse collection. So lucky for me, I was only buying graded cards. I was buying PSA 10 this, PSA 10 that. And over time, it seems that the hobby really, the collectors in the hobby really care about 10s. There's no doubt about it. 10s have seen massive gains. Raw cards, not as much. And the reason for that is obvious. The whole reason people want to grade cards is because they want an established way to understand what is a good card. So a third party tells the buyer and the seller, they don't have to argue over the value. PSA says the value. It says this one's a 10. But you want the encapsulation too because it helps kind of provide some authentication. Although ironically, you know, that can help a fake card slip through because everyone trusts it once it's in that holder. But in general, they're the best way to stop fraud. And there's plenty of places that would love to print fake Pokemon cards and sell them to you. So it's very important that you have people doing, you know, like, you know, they've got these digital imaging cameras and machines that do like super high level forensic images, right? Like just like the FBI or the CIA might have forensic imaging machines to detect fake checks. So PSA and CGC and BGS are supposed to be using those. So that adds a certain value to the card. It's authentic, and you got a third party saying this one counts as a 10. Now, some of the downsides are sometimes the fraud slips through. Very rare, but it does happen. The other problem is sometimes a card, it claims to be a 10, but people debate if it's truly a 10. And that's because card grading really comes down to being sort of an opinion. So you as a buyer or a seller can receive a card that claims to be 10, and you can still disagree with the grading company. You can be like, nah, I don't think this is a 10. But so that's why you got guys who come out and say, buy the card, not the grade. Now, that's a smart move for the buyer. For the seller, you probably take the other position. You say, hey, a 10's a 10. Now, from my experience, that's generally true. Even if a card graded 10 and it's not in perfect condition on the back of the card, maybe there's a little white dot, it still sells like a 10. So the consumer behavior, you might run into a situation where there's a particular buyer who refuses to buy the card because they don't like the little white dot on the back of the card. But guess what? There's a lot of cards out there like that. That's why people pay a premium for like Black Label or, see, this is called a pristine 10. These are in really good condition. So that's why Beckett has pristine 10s that go for a lot more money than a PSA 10. That's why Beckett has Black Labels that sell for a lot more money than a PSA 10 because people understand the value there. They understand that some PSA 10s slip by with little white dots or problems, whereas a Black Label or a pristine from Beckett, those are really hard grades to acquire, and they have a stricter rubric for the quality of the card inside. So that's all that I have to say about that. If he says buy the card, not the grade, that's generally true if you're the buyer. If you're the seller, you want to say the opposite. You want to say, hey, a 10's a 10. And it just depends on what side of the table are you on that day. But overall, grading companies are a good thing. I like them. I buy a lot of, I exclusively collect graded. I don't collect raw cards. Our crocodile was your pull, by the way. So I don't collect raw cards because I only like to collect cards that are rare and valuable. And so if they're going to cost like a couple $1,000s, you might as well pay 40 bucks and get it graded too, you know? See what I'm saying? So if you're going to collect like cards from 20, 25 years, 30 years ago, like the Poker Charizards, you might as well get those graded and know what you're actually getting. And that's why they're not going away. So when he was giving out that advice over and over again, don't buy graded cards, or graded cards are a scam or a ripoff, I thought that that advice was terrible. And in our group, I was telling people the opposite. I was saying, you better get some PSA 10s of some really good cards because these are going to go up in price. That's what they did. So that's how it played out. I guess I could have been wrong. You know, it's all a gamble. But I ended up being right about that. Here we are. PSA wrecked my one card and never honored things. Oh, yeah. PSA will damage your card in grading. So that's a real thing. There's, you know, it's never a perfect thing, is it? It's a tricky thing sometimes. They can smash it. They ruined a Crystal Guardians Jirachi 10. I swear it would have been a 10. They claimed it was going to be a 9. All right. So, did you get to see that? Was Mr. TJ here? TJ, you want to see something cool? Is he still watching? I don't know if he's still watching. Here we are. Does that mean Cresselia is the Tooth Fairy? That's right. Cresselia is the Tooth Fairy. What? All right, guys. Well, it is 12:40. I think it's wrapping up time. What do you guys think? My head hurts. I got a little headache going on. Perfect time to wrap up. So Ivan wants the Go 9 Charizard. Nice. He's a really good price. Yeah, these 9.5s are really cheap. What's cool about a BGS 9.5 is it's an equivalent to a PSA 10, and yet they're cheaper. Like if you crack this and send it off to PSA, you probably have like a 95% chance it turns into a 10. Can I keep bulk if I pay for shipping during my order? That's a request that's pretty common. In general, I like to say no to that because I don't want that to become a common thing. Meaning, I don't want people to ship a lot and add a bunch of bulk to shipping. It actually makes my life harder. It makes, I have to pay Alexa. So Alexis, she's not paid a small amount. She earns $25 an hour to do the shipping. So if you increase her work capacity, if you make her have to stay down there and ship larger, slower to ship packages, if we need larger cardboard boxes, if we need more padding to protect your cards, in general, it's a bad thing. I always go the other way around. I'm always actively trying to get your bags and your shipping to be lighter and smaller. So even though you would pay $9 for shipping to get your stuff out, you were going to pay that anyways. You always have to pay $9, whether you get bulk or don't get bulk. You always have to pay $9. But then to sort of give people a motivation to ship more often and to ship a bunch of bulk with their shipping, it's actually overall a bad thing for me. So, you know, if somebody's like brand new, I will sometimes be like, yeah, it's chill. But the rule should be we just don't do bulk. We like to remove the bulk. That's the style over here. What you can do is you can order some packs off of eBay, open those at home. You keep all the bulk that way. But generally, we just like to remove the bulk. That's what we like to do. Hathim, 3 English Nikkeis. Do I have that nearby? Let me go grab this. Oh, man, I'm getting like this killer headache, dude. I need to go take a painkiller. All right. Damn, I want to work for you, says Rip and Flip. She gets paid nice, man. But the rule is she has to do a really good job, right? It's a good job, 25 an hour. It's not exactly a job you need a college degree for. There you go. All right. Okay, but we do that because we know she handles some really good cards, and it's got to be a well-paid job. All right. I think that's the Jirachi I sent back to you a couple years ago that I pulled. We sent it and got a 4-pack fresh. Was that you? Was that you? Let me look. I don't remember who it was, actually. Let's see. Oh, it's not in this pile. Where'd I put it? What are these? All right, I don't know where it went. Probably because I probably showed it off recently. So I probably showed it off, and then I didn't set it back where I used to keep it. I used to keep it in a specific spot that would help me find it quickly. Put these back. All right. Yeah, it was a Crystal Guardians Jirachi EX, if I recall, and they crushed it. That's so sad, Mr. Russ. They claimed it was going to be a 9, and that's what they paid out for it. They paid out a 9, which felt kind of insulting because I don't know. It looks so good, but they said it was going to be a 9, and I question that all the time. It's a very upsetting moment. I found these. My XY Snorlaxes. What is this worth anymore? Look at that. And look, this is one of my classic. It's a PSA 10, really. So this is one of those buy the grade, not the card situations. Or do you see it on the upper left corner? Look at that centering. And yet, if I went to sell this on eBay, I promise you it'll sell as a 10. Look at the back of the card. Little white dot up there. Now, if we cracked and regraded this, this would be a 9 all day long. But because it was graded in the past, it gets to be a 10. And somebody out there will accept it as a 10. They'll say, I don't care. I want it because I need that one for my collection, and I don't have that one. So yes, this will 100% sell as a 10. Some happy buyer will be like, oh, thank God I got a 10 Jirachi. All right, ready? Let's see. That's a 10. Looks like the illustrator. Yeah, and, you know, PSA talks about this on their own website. PSA 10 does not mean perfect. You guys got to appreciate this. A 10 is not a perfect card. It just means pretty good. That's what 10 actually means. Now, with the new certs, the certs going on after the 10s, the new cert cards are more like pristines. So PSA kind of wound up their standard. They said, all right, we have a stricter standard now. But anything before that point was from a different time period. Holy, bro. All right. Oh, my God. So that's an important thing to understand. And that's why those new certs can sell for more money. And you'll notice on that recent Psyduck that I purchased, it was purchased pretty close to that time period. It's in the 9s, which means it's still from a previous time point. But getting those certs to be higher and higher is always a better move. There you have it, Mr. Them, 2 full arts, not bad. All right. I can feel my body's low on sugar. I need to go eat. I need to go eat. I need to go have breakfast or something. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Got that nice Lugia. What does this Magikarp go for? It says I bought it for $400 in the beginning of 2025. So I bought that last year in February. I bought that probably because I felt, once again, the winds of change were here. And I was like, I better buy some freaking cards, man, before it all explodes. What is this? I bet this guy goes for like $700. Whoa! The cheapest one is $1,000. So I bought this in February of last year, and I got it for $400. The cheapest one is $1,000. I'm not surprised. You know, it's from 2016. Guess what? That was 10 years ago. That's a long time ago. It's a promo. It's probably not even that. There's not that many of them, is my bet. Let's lift this sleeve up. I'm not surprised. We were in the Pokemon recession between 2023 and 2024, and I felt the market shifting, and I said, oh my God, I better take on a lot of these right now. Okay, so this one does have a population, though. Population 560. Still, for a modern card, for a card that was printed, you know, with the modern style of card printing, that's not a bad price. That's not a bad population either. Okay. Mista's got that crystal ball. I didn't have a crystal ball, but you know what had happened? I had lived through enough years of card collecting that I could sense things were about to go crazy. I could feel it. because we had been through so many generations of badly printed cards that nobody wanted, and all of a sudden it was changing. I was like, this is the beginning of the bull run. I could feel it in my loins. I was like, ooh, holy. All right, so CS Men shipping on Monday. I have to get a label done for Yolan to Jampins and a label done for Sarah Dusenberry. Those are some other parts that I need to get done. It's already almost 1. I should be back on around 4 p.m. I'll see you guys there for the evening stream. Now it's time for me to go take a break. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the likes. Look at that, 74 likes. We broke 100 viewers this stream. That's not bad. So I was scared that the morning stream would do bad. It's doing fine. It's performing just as good as like a nighttime stream. I'll see you later, guys. See you tonight for the late night stream, for the evening stream.